People in Douluo can travel across all realms. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 176 Master. What? How is it possible? Douluo said in horror, seeing that the strongest move didn't hurt Wangyoucao at all. The other party just stood there without doing anything, and he couldn't hurt the other party. So if the other party made a move, Your Excellency, are you going to be an enemy of the Wuhan Palace? Douluo immediately faltered and wanted to move out of the Wuhan Palace to frighten Wangyoucao. Oh, so you are from the Wuhan Palace? Wangyoucao's words stunned Douluo, Yuguan and the masked assassins. They came out this time for assassination, but now Yuguan's words directly expose their identities. Wuhandian. How is that possible? The students of the Divine Wind Academy said in shock. Why does Wuhandian want to assassinate us? Is the purpose of this competition just to kill the soul masters with talents? All the students who went to Wuhan City here were the schools that won the promotion competition, and half of the students were considered to be exceptionally talented. Damn it. I'm not reconciled. The students surrounded by men in black said in despair. You want to kill them, I want to kill you. Isn't that reasonable? The masked man said lightly. HMPH. Want to kill me? You have to have this ability too. The 7th soul skill, Wuhan Avatar. Douluo Yuguan was a little timid and directly activated his Wuhan Avatar. Silence. Wangyoucao suddenly and inexplicably shouted in Douluo's direction. PFFT. Douluo's face changed suddenly and he immediately covered his heart. Douluo suddenly became terrified when he saw the masked man, and the man in front of him just said a word and his martial soul avatar was released on the spot. I didn't expect this anti-void ability to be really interesting. Wangyoucao raised his eyebrows and thought to himself. He also had a sudden whim, wanting to try to see if the anti-void ability could restrain Douluo's soul skills, but he didn't expect to forcibly shut down his martial soul avatar directly. Quiet, 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 quiet. Wangyoucao kept shouting at Douluo, but after shouting a few times, Wangyoucao found that the anti-void ability seemed to be invalid, and Douluo's soul skills have gradually ceased to be interrupted. It seems that this ability also has a cooling time. Wangyoucao thought to himself, the ability of real combat is quite useful for disgusting people. Okay, I won't play with you anymore. The masked man's indifferent voice came, and Douluo's expression became serious looking at the masked man's figure. Fire Fist. Wangyoucao was still the same, and directly took out his strongest attack, the different fire to attack. What a terrifying flame. The 6th soul skill, the flower barrier. Chrysanthemum. Douluo gathered all the petals of the Wuhan Kiran Babel chrysanthemum in front of him, forming a flower shield that could cover him. The petals are still spinning, trying to increase the shield's defensive ability. HMPH. A little flower also wants to block my strange fire. Break it for me. Wangyoucao snorted coldly and rushed towards Douluo with another wave of battle energy mixed with different fire boom. The strange fire hit the flower shield and exploded immediately. The impact of the explosion forced Douluo back tens of meters, and even part of his clothes were burned by the strange fire. Damn guy. Just wait for me. Seeing this situation, Douluo knew that he was no match for the other party, so he had no choice but to put down his harsh words and wanted to escape here temporarily. Stop. Wangyoucao shouted towards the place where Douluo was. PFFT. Douluo, who had just activated his soul power and was about to fly away, was interrupted by Wangyoucao again and fell to the ground, spitting out a pool of blood. Ding. Defeat the 95th level titled Douluo and reward you with a high level lottery ticket. Advanced lottery tickets. Wangyoucao said in amazement. His opponent this time was title Fighting Goose, but why the rewards are the same as when he defeated Sharingan. Get lost. I'll die if I see you next time. Wangyoucao didn't kill Chrysanthemum Douluo, so wouldn't it be a pleasure to keep him to pluck the wool again next year? After all, there are only title Douluo in the whole continent. A few. Tang Hao and his fellow Wangyoucao didn't have a good excuse to fight the opponent, so it's better to keep this kind of experience baby. and if Douluo is killed here, I'm afraid it will be difficult to go to Wuhan City next time. Douluo died in the assassination operation. As the master, Bibidon will be very angry. In case he makes any crazier actions, what should I do? There is nothing that Wuhandian dare not do. I don't know if Ghost Douluo will come this time. Yunshu looked at the place where Douluo left and thought to himself, forget it. Anyway, I'm very satisfied with today's delivery, although it is still a high-level lottery ticket. Yunshu looked helplessly at the lottery ticket in the system space, but the high-level lottery ticket is not bad. After all, the feedback obtained before this time Kang made this chrysanthemum Douluo look like this. It's almost time to leave. Yunshu turned his head to look at the people on the ground and found that they were all staring at him. Yunshu directly used soul skills to hide his figure, then returned to the shadow clone and touched the shadow clone while everyone was not paying attention. Yunshu, who had turned back into his body, let out a breath, pretending to have recovered his life. Only at this time did everyone react and look at Yunshu. Before Douluo appeared, Yunshu acted as if he knew that the masked man would appear. Xiaoshu, what's going on? Tang San was the first to ask, because he has the most experience with the masked man. After all, it's not the first time the masked man has appeared, and he went straight to him twice. And listening to what Yunshu said before is like knowing this masked man. Well, Yunshu scratched his head and said in embarrassment. In fact, it wasn't that he didn't want to say it, but that he didn't know how to answer it at all. I got it. That mysterious person could be your teacher, Xiaoshu. Oscar said suddenly. Master? Everyone said in surprise. Think about it, that masked man wears a mask every time he appears, and didn't Xiaoshu also wear a mask when he participated in the preliminaries? Oscar touched his chin and said, maybe Xiaoshu is imitating his master. Damubei said with a smile. Am I right, little tree? Oscar raised his eyebrows and said excitedly when he came to Yunshu. Yunshu, you say yes. Okay. It seems that there is no need to hide it from you. Yunshu sighed and began to talk to them. That's right. That was when I was still in Notting City. One day, Yunshu began to tell them a story, and a titled Douluo suddenly came to him, saying that he had strange bones and extraordinary talents. He's a disciple, blah 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 or something. End of this chapter. Chapter 177. No wonder you, a little monster, can be promoted to Soul Emperor in just 1 year. It turns out that you practiced with the title Douluo for a year. Flender sighed after hearing Yunshu's story. Title Douluo. That's right. Little San, your father seems to be a title Douluo too. Everyone suddenly thought of Tang San's father, Tang Haoshan Douluo. That is the most famous title Douluo on the mainland. I haven't seen my father since I was 6 years old. Tang San's expression was a bit lonely. After all, his father was obviously by his side, but he never saw him. Don't worry, we'll see you. Yunshu patted Tang San's shoulder, and Tang Hao would come to rescue him in 2 days. The next step is to rectify and continue on the road. No one from other colleges has seen the masked man except the Kamikaze Academy, and the students of the Kamikaze Academy have not gossip about it. Because Yunshu told them that the reason why Masked Douluo wore a mask was because he didn't want his identity to be exposed. If he knew that the Kamikaze Academy was spreading news about him, he might go to the Kamikaze Academy. After some threats, Shenfeng College really believed it, and the other colleges kept silent when asked. As for Shrek, everyone believed that Masked Douluo was Yunshu's master, and they would not reveal it to others. Of course, Xiao Wu and Zhu King were not included among those who believed. As for Ning Rangrong, she didn't need Yunshu to make up any more stories. Yes, the masked man and Yunshu exist at the same time, so it is impossible for both of them to be Yunshu. Little tree, how did your stone giant do it? Flender asked in the carriage. Although the stone giant was instantly killed by Chrysanthemum Douluo, after all, Douluo is one of the top combat powers in the mainland, and it is reasonable to say that he can be killed in an instant. But when this stone giant faces those low-level soul masters, that is, when the soul masters of the soul sect and the soul king are around the powerful soul masters, it can be said that it is no different from bullying children. You must know that even a soul sage like Flender would not be able to kill a child with a slap like a stone giant when fighting some soul masters such as soul kings. This is what my master taught me. Instill the soul power in the body into the lifeless stone in a special way so that it can be awakened and controlled. Yunshu explained to everyone. He didn't hide it. Anyway, even if he told them, they wouldn't be able to learn. No, it is still possible for Zhu King to learn it. After all, she has the chakra of 9 tails in her body. And the power that controls the stone giant is exactly chakra. Just injecting soul power into inanimate objects? After hearing Yunshu's words, several people got out of the car and picked up a few stones and began to infuse soul power into the stones. Seeing this scene, Yunshu was a little dazed, wondering if he should stop them from continuing to be stupid. It's useless. I'll teach you a more convenient technique. If you do it, then you can learn to control the stone man. Yunshu watched them waste their soul power one by one like shit. Some couldn't stand it anymore, and said to them. He didn't expect that even Dean Flender would believe such nonsense. Make the following handprints with me. Yunshu began to form the seal of Lei Dan, which is only the lowest level of Lei Dan. Discharge, so there are only 2 seals, Wei and Shen. Isn't this the seal technique your master used? Tang San saw that the masked people had used this kind of technique before, but the masked people used one hand to form seals back then, and what Professor Yunshu gave them was hand seal. Well, this was given to me by my master. If this can be released, it can be called jutsu. Yunshu continued to fool the crowd. Anyway, they don't have chakra, so it is impossible to use ninjutsu. That's right. Let me try. Oscar was the first to demonstrate, repeating Yunshu's handprint just now. Does it mean that only those who use the technique can learn the ability to control the rock giant? Daimyo Bei already understood somewhat. The handprint Yunshu taught them can be said to be used to test whether they can use the technique. That is to say, only by successfully making the technique you mentioned can you learn to use it. Right? Daimyo Bei continued to ask. That's right. Yunshu nodded and said. But don't put your hopes up too much. After all, my master told me that he searched for more than 30 years before he found someone like me who can use spells. Yunshu continued to talk to them, and the young people sitting on both sides Wu and Zhu King had already closed their eyes, fearing that they couldn't help but laugh out loud. Zio Wu, Zhu King, why don't you two give it a try? Maybe you are also geniuses who are unique in a million. Oscar, who had already failed, was not discouraged, but looked at the curiosity in the eyes of the others. Seeing that the 2 people beside Yunshu were indifferent, he asked with some doubts. Okay. Zio Wu and Zhu King tried again according to the handprint made by Yunshu in order not to be seen. Zio Wu tried it first, and found that there was no response at all, then looked at Zhu King. Wei, Shen, is that so? Zhu King looked at Yunshu and said, okay. Just after Zhu King's seal was formed, a trace of lightning suddenly appeared in her hand. Exclamation mark. Wow. It worked. Everyone said in surprise when they saw Zhu King's discharging hands. How come? Zhu King said in shock, then seemed to think of something, and looked at Yunshu. At this time, Yunshu also remembered that Zhu King had chakra in his body, and it was a big lump that 9 tails gave her. Congratulations, Zhu King. It seems that you also have the talent to use magic. Yunshu still pretended to be happy for her in order not to make everyone suspicious, but to be honest, Yunshu was really surprised, because he never thought that Kyuubi's chakra could be used like this. After all, Kyuubi himself had never used ninjutsu, so Yunshu once thought that Kyuubi couldn't use it, but now it seems that Kyuubi just doesn't bother to use it. Shuzuru uses ninjutsu, probably because its chakra is not enough to support it to use Tailed Beast Jade continuously. Since you can use the technique, then I will give you a technique that can improve your strength. Yunshu planned to teach Chinya Liu to Zhu King. The stimulation of Lei Dan can make the body respond faster, not to mention that Zhu King is a sole master of the agility attack department. Plus the Lei Dan covering her whole body, it can be regarded as an alternative absolute defense, and it can also make the enemy paralyzed, causing more damage. And if she can continue to develop the lightning escape ninjutsu in the future, then like Feng Xiaoshan, she can not only have the destructive power of the strong attack system, but also have the speed of the agility attack system. Good. The crowd cheered. After all, the improvement of the strength of each of the Shrek 7 monsters is equivalent to the improvement of their overall strength. End of this chapter. Chapter 178 AWEIN-039, S8 forms. Is this the Wuhan city? When they came to Wuhan city, everyone's expressions became more solemn. After all, they were in the tiger's den, and if they were not careful, they would be doomed. Don't worry, at least until the finals of the Soul Master competition, they won't do anything. Yunshu said lightly. Doing it now is tantamount to directly tearing the face off with the two empires. Wuhandian will not do this. Unifying the continent is not so easy to do, otherwise so many forces have already started to try. That is to say, once the match is over. Oscar said tremblingly. It's very possible. Everyone nodded and said, after all, Wuhandian suffered a lot from the assassination, and they will definitely find their way back later. Okay, everyone, stop chatting, rest early today, and improve yourself while you still have time. There is only one day left until the finals. Okay. The next day, the genius was dim, and everyone had already gotten up and started to practice. My master is looking for me, I'll go out for a while. Yunshu lied without changing his face and heartbeat. After all, it wasn't the first time. Come back soon. Xiaoshu. Everyone didn't have any objections, but just greeted Yunshu. With the convenient status of master, it will be much more convenient for Yunshu to leave in the future. Everyone also knows that Yunshu's master is Masked Douluo, and tomorrow will be the finals of the Soul Master competition. Calling him out is nothing but to help him improve his strength. This is a good thing, and of course everyone will not object. Yunshu came to a place where no one was around and entered the world of Shenmue. System. Prepare to draw a lottery. Yunshu said happily. Ding. Congratulations on getting OA's 18 moves, Soul Technique version. Under one person, the world opens. After the system's voice ended, a ray of light broke through the space in front of Yunshu and instantly sank into Yunshu's eyebrows. Lying on the grass. Seeing this reward full of disobedience, Yunshu couldn't help but feel that his system was out of his mind. OE 18 styles, 18 kinds of powerful martial arts developed by Feng Bao with the help of Zusi. These include Poisonous Dragon Drill, Guanyin Cillian, Old Man Pushing a Cart, Creepy, One Shot into the Soul, Kato's Finger and other powerful skills. No matter how well you explain it, I know the effects of these skills. System. Have you withheld my reward? Yunshu said with some dissatisfaction. Although always, moves are full of effects, but in terms of power, it is not enough. Sometimes a set of skills may not be able to cause damage. Produced by the system, it must be a high quality product. Yo-ho. So dragging? Then I'll try your OE-TH style and what's the use of it? Yunshu calmed down, and then began to learn the knowledge that the system had just stuffed into his mind. After 2 hours. Okay, I've almost learned it. Yunshu said confidently, and then left the world of Shenmue. He didn't want to mess up his base camp. OA's 18 forms are actually 18 special combat movements and skills, not some difficult exercises. Look at my Poisonous Dragon Drill. Yunshu used the first technique on a giant tree in front of him. Yunshu condensed his soul power on his 2 fingers and stabbed at the big tree. Boom! Exclamation mark. I'll go. Awesome. Looking at the giant tree pierced by his 2 fingers, Yunshu's jaw almost dropped in shock. Hey. It's indeed a move that the system praises. Yunshu said excitedly. As a result, the giant tree in front of him suffered disaster, and Yunshu tried the rest of the moves on him again. Avalokitesvara sits together. The old man pushes the cart. Creepy. Consecutive creepy. At night, Yunshu returned to the dormitory. Xiaoshu is back. Someone yelled, and everyone immediately ran out to watch Yunshu, slamming their mouths while watching. You guys, what's wrong? Yunshu said in surprise. Why did he seem to be a cherished animal as soon as he came back? Be honest. What did you learn today? Xiaowu came to Yunshu and asked meaningfully. As we all know, Yunshu's strength will increase every time he disappears and returns, and today he was called away by title Douluo, which shows that his strength must have improved a lot. Okay, since you want to see my strength, then, who will try? The corners of Yunshu's mouth rose, without paying any price, as if to see his new skills. Impossible. I'll do it. Daimubei is the captain of Shrek Academy, so he should play. No. Boss Day, let me do it. Xiaoshu is of the control type like me, and you are easily restrained by him if you are of the attack type, so it is more appropriate for me to come. Tang San stopped Daimubei, who was about to go on stage, quietly said quietly. In fact, Tang San stopped Daimubei just because he didn't want him to be injured by Yunshu. Although he was the backbone of the opponent, Daimubei was also the captain after all, and it was too disgraceful for the captain to be injured and unable to play. Little San, we haven't fought for a long time. Yunshu sighed. Since his strength increased greatly in the world of Naruto, Tang San's strength is basically no different from that of ordinary people in his eyes. In Yunshu's hands, Yunshu might not be able to hold on to his martial arts and clear sky hammer for even a minute. Well, I also want to see how far you have reached. Tang San said excitedly. Come on. Yunshu put on a standard posture of awakens. Xiaoshu, what is he planning to do? Everyone seemed a little puzzled when they saw that Yunshu didn't activate his martial soul, but put on a posture instead. Little tree. You. Tang San said in surprise after seeing this scene, because this was exactly the way he used to fight Yunshu when he was a child. Are you trying to tell me that I can't beat you in a martial soul duel? Tang San thought to himself looking at Yunshu's posture. However, you underestimate me too. The corners of Tang San's mouth rose slightly. Zigi Demon Eyes. Tang San used the illusion of Zigi Demon Eyes at the beginning of the battle, trying to confuse Yunshu. But it's a pity that, even if Yunshu didn't open Sharingan, his resistance to illusions and hallucinations is very high. Creepy. Yunshu didn't panic in the slightest when facing Tang San's attack, but clenched his fist and shot out a bullet of soul power. What? Tang San said in shock when he saw this scene. He could actually directly shoot out the soul power out of his body, and Tang San naturally blocked the word out of the body. After all, he didn't even know this word at the time he lived the meaning of. Of course, everyone present didn't understand very well, but they were shocked by Yunshu's soul power bullet. End of this chapter. Chapter 179. No discount on all lives. Ghost Shadow Fanzang. Although he was shocked and wasted some time, Tang San used Ghost Shadow Fanzang Bu at the last moment to dodge Yunshu's spirit bullet. Hey, do you think this is the end? Yunshu gave a smirk. Continuous creepy. Da 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 da. Countless soul power bullets shot out from Yunshu's hand, hitting Tang San in a hurry. The speed of the soul power bullets was incomparably fast. Faster than those soul skills and so on. I don't know how many times faster. What a powerful soul power manipulation technique. You can actually condense soul power into bombs and shoot them non-stop at such a fast speed, and the power of each soul power bomb is the same. The master looked at Yunshu's eyes, exclaimed continuously, Master, Little San. Daimubei looked worried at Tang San, who was beaten up and down like a monkey. Don't worry, they are numerous. Grandmaster is one of the few people who watched Yunshu and Tang San grow up, and he also knows the relationship between Tang San and Yunshu. It's just a exchange of ideas. Yunshu can't possibly kill him. Next, it's the poisonous dragon drill. Yunshu concentrated his soul power in his right hand. Will it be a melee attack next? Tang San thought to himself, looking at Yunshu, whose hand was emitting a faint white light. If you come here, I won't be afraid of you. Good opportunity. Controlling the crane and catching the dragon. 4 or 2 moves 1,000 catties. Tang San took Yunshu's arm and threw Yunshu to the ground with a throw over his shoulder. Boom. Well, what kind of system is produced? It must be a high quality product, but it turned out to be restrained by others. Yunshu lay on the ground, silently complaining about this cheating system in his heart. Are you okay? Seeing Yunshu laying on the ground and not getting up, Tang San thought he was fooled by throwing Yunshu. It's okay. You've gained a lot of wisdom by eating a ditch, and I won't attack you with melee methods anymore. Yunshu said speechlessly. Controlling cranes and catching dragons is simply the nemesis of melee methods. using this to control the opponent's body. If the over-the-shoulder fall just now was not controlled by Tang San, it would be impossible for him to be thrown. The dragon crosses the river. Yunshu looked at Tang San, who was attacking, and jumped behind Tang San. One shot into the soul. A huge shock wave of soul power was sent out from Yunshu's hand, full of the sense of sight of Kame style kick and boom. Exclamation mark. Ding. Defeat Tang San and get a low-level soul power lottery ticket. One shot into the soul is a high-level version of continuous mid-shot. The output is more powerful, so the power is also extremely powerful. This trick directly forced Tang San to activate his martial spirit to defend and dodge. It's amazing. Everyone exclaimed after seeing the shockwave from Yunshu's hand. They didn't expect that the use of soul power alone could cause such a large amount of damage. I lost. Tang San did not continue to attack after dodging, but directly conceded defeat like Yunshu. Both sides did not use martial spirits in the battle, but he used it now. Although Yunshu would not say anything, but in Tang San's heart he was the first to use his martial soul, and he had completely lost to Yunshu. Little San admits defeat. Everyone exclaimed. I didn't expect Xiaoshu to learn such a powerful skill again. His titled Master Douluo is really powerful. The master sighed. It took only one day for Yunshu to learn such a powerful skill of using soul power. The student's talent is already more powerful than him, who is called a master of soul masters. Is this what you received today? Tang San didn't look unwilling, because he clearly knew how hard Yunshu had worked, and the boy in front of him who had practiced himself to death since he was a child had completely surpassed himself. Well, all of them are some amateur uses of soul power. Although they look very strong, they actually consume a lot of soul power. During the moment of fighting with you, half of my soul power has been consumed, and you only used one entanglement soul power, so the positioning of these skills is really a bit embarrassing. I don't even know where to use them. This is Yunshu's true thought. Although sometimes these skills are more convenient than soul skills, but in most battles, these skills are really not as easy to use as soul skills. Just like the mid-shot skill, Yunshu can release the sleeping flower blade 5 to 6 times with the same soul power consumed, but using mid-shot can only fire one soul power bullet, and the hit rate cannot be guaranteed. If the time of using the flower blade is about 10 petal throwing knives, it can be calculated that a total of 50 or 60 throwing knives that can make people sleep can be thrown out. Such a comparison is simply a complete failure. But if it's an emergency, you can shoot a powerful soul bullet in an instant. That's why Yunshu felt that this skill was embarrassing, not to mention that Yunshu would not put himself in a dangerous situation, and besides, he still has so many skills that can deal with danger. Why should he use you? You can't say that. At least this is your master's wish. The master stepped forward and patted Yunshu on the shoulder and said, speaking of which, do you want to learn this? This is just a technique for using soul power, and you don't need any talent. Yunshu said suddenly. Really? I've fallen in love with that one for a long time. After hearing that, Oscar's eyes burst into golden light, and he came to Yunshu excitedly and said, that's fine. If you have this kind of soul power usage skills, auxiliary system soul masters like Rang and Oscar can also have some means of self-protection. The master nodded and said, okay, I will record these skills tonight and give them to you tomorrow morning. Yunshu said with a smile. I don't know if all his 18 moves will spread throughout the Douluo continent. Hehe. Yunshu smiled wretchedly in his heart. Okay, it's getting late today. Everyone go back early to rest and get ready for tomorrow's finals. It is good. When is 18 moves? All life is not discounted. Xiaoshu, is this the technique you use with your soul power? The name is so strange. Ning Rang and Oscar asked in doubt after getting Yunshu's handwritten cheat book road. As for the others, they didn't open their mouths under the master's teaching. After all, their own cultivation has already made them too busy to take care of themselves, and practicing these skills that waste soul power will make their cultivation lag behind others even further. There is no need to worry about the auxiliary system. After all, their cultivation is purely to improve their soul power, and they don't need to fight. I can't help it, that's what the master told me. Such a unique name, why change it? It's not very good. Okay, let's look at these skills later. Your first task is the next finals. Let's go to draw lots. Dean Flend led the crowd to the arena of the Soul Master competition. End of this chapter. Chapter 180 Finals. Start. On the first day of the competition, Shrek Academy had a bye, but because the teams selected for the finals were all powerful, the master did not let everyone leave, but let everyone continue to watch the game, so that they could analyze the opponent's strength. The next day, everyone's competition was due to the fact that several members of the opponent Blazing Academy were merged into kamikazes, so today's competition is equivalent to a bye. I didn't expect us to be so lucky. Both games are equivalent to a bye. Tang San said happily. Well, this way we can preserve our strength to the maximum extent, and we can also watch the battles of other academies. The master nodded and said. Next, the appearance of the new kamikaze directly shocked everyone present except Yunshu. I didn't expect a few people from Blazing Academy to join Shenfeng Academy, so their strength. Mahanjin looked at Huo Wu and Huo Washang brothers and sisters in New Kamikaze, and the two soul masters of the auxiliary department. These people put a lot of pressure on them in the previous qualifiers, but they didn't expect to join the Kamikaze Academy now. Feng Zai Ocean's strength is matched with these powerful soul masters. The strength of this new Kamikaze has probably been raised by more than one level. I really hope we don't meet them in the next match, Oscar said with some fear. Don't worry, we will definitely meet you. Yunshu patted Oscar's shoulder and said with a smile. No way, Oscar said with a bitter face. Next, Shrek didn't have such good luck. In the first game, he met the seeded team recommended by Star Luo Empire, and this team also included Dame Yubei, his elder brother Davis, and the one who kept assassinating ZHU Zuking, ZHU Zuan. This time, you can use the combined arm guard technique to make a quick decision. Yunshu came to Xiao Wu and Zuking and said quietly, Davis's strength is not worth Yunshu's shot. Arm guard combined strike technique? Everyone asked doubtfully after hearing it. Xiao and Zuking didn't tell them about this skill after they developed it. They only told Yunshu about it on the day when Yunshu left the customs, so everyone was very curious when they heard it. Xiao Wu and Zuking took out the two arm guards respectively, and their eyes widened when they saw the arm guards. This is the equipment I found in a certain ruin. When the two gemstones on the arm guard collide, they can emit a shockwave. The time of the person hit by this shockwave will be slowed down, and he will be slaughtered. Yunshu explained to everyone. This ability is simply an enhanced version of the Chaos Gold Watchman, because the Chaos Gold Watchman can't attack the opponent after slowing down the opponent's time, but the time slowed down by this arm guard can attack. It's so powerful. Why didn't you take it out earlier? Oscar said excitedly. It also has a disadvantage, that is, the distance of the shock wave is very short, and if Xiao Wu and Zuking are attacked, they cannot be activated. So, we have to do this in this battle. Yunshu pulled a few people together and began to discuss the countermeasures for the next match. The next day, right now, Shrek Academy is standing in the ring. They haven't participated in the first two rounds of the finals. What kind of performance will they bring today? How far they can go, let us wait and see. The game against the Star Luo Royal Academy team officially begins. However, Yunshu was not interested in watching this kind of match. If the arm guard combination technique was successfully launched, the battle would be one-sided. After all, time was slowed down, and even if it was only a second, the winner might be decided. If they fail, Yunshu thinks it is unlikely, and even if they fail, they are stronger than themselves in the original book, especially Tang San, who has already broken through to level 46 under the pressure of Yunshu's dual identities. Even Dame Yubei's level is not as high as his. If they can't beat them with such strength, then they don't deserve to be called monsters. The Shenfeng Academy that I met next still use the 7-in-1 fusion skill in the original work according to the master's arrangement. Tang San killed Feng Zai Ocean with one move, and then killed the rest of the team members with the weapon Soul Avatar. Finally arrived at the last match of the finals. Shrek played against Wu Hundian Academy. In order to ensure victory in this battle, Shrek replaced Oscar, and Yunshu came to replace him. As for the tactics in the original book, it was directly rejected by Yunshu. After Ziyu and Hulina's martial souls were fused, the demon's strength was equivalent to that of a level 70 soul saint. As for Yunshu, he likes to beat people with a higher level than him, therefore, he wants to single out Yaomi. Game start. It's really surprising. Shrek Academy actually changed players in the last match. A player who has never shown up in the match. Do you think it would be useful to replace it with a control system soul master? How naive. Ziyu looked at Yunshu, who was standing in the middle of the Shrek team, with a hint of smile and said disdainfully, I just like your confident look. It will be very comfortable when you fight. Yunshu slowly lifted the mask on his face. It's the last match anyway, and he doesn't intend to hide his strength anymore. Wow. So handsome. Everyone was amazed by Yunshu's appearance under the mask. Heh. What's the use of being handsome? Are you planning to use your face to catch my moonblade? Ziyu saw Yunshu's face and realized that the other party was actually more handsome than herself. I was not happy and said with some displeasure, it's not impossible. The premise is, you can survive move in my hand. Yunshu said and revealed his 6 soul rings. Yellow, purple, purple, black, black, black. Exclamation mark. What? Soul Emperor. Unbelievable. The last Soul Master in the Shrek Academy is actually a Soul Emperor. And he is also a Soul Emperor with 3 10,000-year soul rings. How is it possible? The second spirit ring is the 1000-year spirit ring. The fourth spirit ring is the same as Tang San's 10,000-year spirit ring. Shrek. Very good. Looking at the 3 black soul rings on Yunshu's body, Bibi Dong's eyes twitched, and she said angrily in her heart, what's the matter? You're welcome. Come on. Hit here. Yunshu walked to the front of the team with a smile, stretched out his face, and said to Ziyu, damn it. Ziyu looked at the 6 spirit rings under Yunshu's feet, and was about to rush up, when she was stopped by Hulina. If you rush up like this, you will be instantly killed by Yunshu. He's just provoking you, don't fall for his tricks. Hulina reassured, if one of them was defeated, it would be impossible to agree to Shrek Academy. After all, a Soul Emperor, no matter how many Soul Kings there are, is useless. You're right, we can't let them succeed. Ziyu squinted at Yunshu. Then, let's start. Seeing this, Yunshu revealed a smile. End of this chapter. Chapter 181 Long Yuan Sword. Then, let's get started. Yunshu looked at Ziyu and Hulina with a smile on their lips, and made a gesture of invitation. Damn it. Seeing Yunshu's movements, Ziyu almost couldn't hold back. Yunshu's appearance was too hateful to let them go first. How much she looked down on their martial soul fusion skills. Martial soul fusion. Ziyu Dang and Hulina displayed their martial soul fusion skills. Yaomi. Now, can you still laugh? The enchanting dual voice sounded, looking at Yunshu with a hint of disdainful laughter. The 5th soul skill, black jade and green bamboo formation. The black soul ring lit up beside Yunshu, and countless emerald bamboos that could rival the hardness of Yunshu's interpreter fell from the sky, forming a bamboo formation barrier that trapped Yunshu and the demon in it. Damn it. It's an enchantment. The bamboo is not very high, only about 5 or 6 meters high. Just as Yaomi was about to jump out, she bumped into something and was bounced off. She looked up at the top of the bamboo array, and an emerald green barrier was trapping the 2 of them in the enchantment formed by the group of bamboos. Now you have no way to interfere with my teammates. Yunshu looked at Yaomi and said indifferently, HMPH. Do you think you are sure to win? After Yaomi finished speaking, bursts of red mist suddenly filled the barrier, enveloping the 2 of them. Now let's see how rampant you are. Yaomi said proudly, point in this red mist. Everyone's senses and soul power are suppressed by 50.00%, and all actions will also be delayed by 50.00%. Oh, that's interesting. The red mist was really effective on him, and his soul power was suppressed by 68%. No wonder Yaomi was able to defeat their level teacher. However, the senses and mobility are of no use to Yunshu, because Yunshu's senses and mobility are far beyond ordinary people. Even if they are suppressed, Yunshu is still unmatched by Yaomi. It's no wonder that your good-for-nothing teacher was defeated by you. So your martial soul fusion skill is quite interesting. Yunshu clapped his hands, expressing his admiration. HMPH. Pretend. The moment you step into the red mist, you've already lost. Yaomi rushed towards Yunshu with a moon blade in her hand, ready to kill Yunshu with a single blow. Clang! Exclamation mark. Don't worry. We have plenty of time. Play slowly. A green bamboo appeared in Yunshu's hand to block Yaomi's moon blade. The three of them faced each other, and Yaomi could see the playful smile on Yunshu's face. This made Ziyu even more angry. Fortunately, the leader of Yaomi was Hulina. She was more cautious than Ziyu, so after just a collision, she retreated again, quietly looking for opportunities in the corner. What is the golden generation? What is the youngest winner of the purple record medal? You have been doing it for a long time, so you are a coward. You will only hide in the corner and do a sneak attack that cannot be staged. If I were your teacher, I would die on the spot. Come on. Yunshu kept talking about Ziyu and Hulina. Since they had already become enemies, why not bully her precious apprentice in front of Bibidang? You're courting death. Yaomi couldn't help herself on the spot. When she heard this, she raised the moon blade and rushed towards Yunshu, wishing she could chop Yunshu into pieces. A bamboo appeared in Yunshu's hand again, and the two bamboos intersected to block the moon blade in Yaomi's hand. Although Yaomi can defeat the Soul Emperor, Yunshu, the Soul Emperor, doesn't even pay attention to the title Douluo. In this comparison, it is equivalent to subtracting the ability to leapfrog fighting on both sides. Then Yunshu's Soul Emperor, the strength can be said to be able to beat the two Soul Kings. Yaomi. Sonic Sprint. Yunshu parried Moonblade's attack and stabbed Yaomi's abdomen with a green bamboo backhand. Because it was a bamboo, it didn't penetrate her body, but pushed Yaomi for a while distance. Vincian Heavenly Induction. The pushed back Yaomi was once again sucked into Yunshu's hand by a strong gravitational force. Yunshu grabbed Yaomi's neck and then stretched his hand to Yaomi's face. Wearing a mask is disrespecting me. I really want to see what you, a hermaphrodite, look like. Yunshu smiled charmingly. No. Yaomi clasped Yunshu's hand, holding her neck tightly with both hands, and twisted her body wildly, as if she didn't want Yunshu to see her true face. The more you resist, the more excited I am. Haha. Now Yunshu looks like a pervert, while Yaomi has become a weak girl under the pressure. Click. Boom. I'm going. Yunshu directly threw the Yaomi in his hand aside viciously. Good guy. Yunshu finally understood why Yaomi brought her own mask. It turned out that this frankly had the same yin and yang face as Obito. The left half of her face is that of Ziyu, and the right half of her face is that of Hulina. No wonder Yaomi wears a mask, because she doesn't want people to see her disgusting face. I'm going to kill you. Yaomi's yin and yang face darkened, and even her voice became cold. Full moon. Yaomi used her self-created soul skill, hoping to defeat Yunshu by relying on it. What's going on inside? Outside at this time, Tang San and the others had already dealt with the remaining 5 people fighting in the spirit hall. Everyone was quietly waiting for Yunshu's dark jade and emerald bamboo array to be released, because the inside could not be seen from the outside at all, and the sky above was blocked by the emerald green barrier. Mahanjan touched here and looked there, but there was not even a single sound coming out of the barrier. Zyoshu shouldn't have any problems. After all, this is his soul skill. If something went wrong, it would have been resolved long ago. Tang San said quietly. He believed that Yunshu, a mere demon, could not be Yunshu's opponent. This is your self-created soul skill? Why is it so useless? Yunshu withstood Yaomi's strongest blow with just one hand. How is it possible? Yaomi said in disbelief as she looked at the silver white armor with a golden glow on Yunshu's body. This armor is the feather armor of stepping cloud wings. As Yunshu's strength reached the Soul Emperor, the scope of the feather armor has become wider and wider. Now it is no different from the holy clothes of the Golden Saint Warrior. And that layer of faint golden light is the indestructible power of Yunshu's right arm soul bone. Double the armor, double the fun point with just one hand. You can suppress the full strength of Yaomi, and even free up one hand to use other skills. You've tried your best, but I haven't done it yet. Yunshu said, a classic line from Mr. Zao next door. Yin Yang people, accept the punishment. Black light flashed on Yunshu's body, and 4 black soul rings appeared beside Yunshu along with a long sword in Yunshu's left hand. Twin. Wuhan. 4 black soul rings. Impossible. End of this chapter. Chapter 182 Winning the Championship. Impossible. It's actually twin spirits. Yaomi looked at the only 4 black spirit rings on Yunshu's body and said in disbelief. 9 heavens divine thunder. Lead it with a sword. The black jade and green bamboo array was withdrawn, and everyone finally saw what was going on inside. Yunshu held a long sword and pointed at Jiushin. On the other hand, Ziyu's hair was disheveled, and her mask fell at Yunshu's feet, as if she had been tortured by some inhumane thing. Boom! Exclamation mark. At this time, the crowd discovered the abnormal change in the sky. At some point, a large black cloud had gathered above the heads of the crowd, and blue thunder and lightning kept rolling in the cloud. Good guy. Sword martial soul. It's actually a twin martial soul. Sword Douluo Chengson of Kibaoliu Lizang is more sensitive to swords, and he can tell at a glance that the sword in Yunshu's hand is stronger than his martial soul, a more advanced sword martial spirit. What? Twin martial souls. It's another twin martial souls. There was Tang San first, and then there was this Yunshu. When did twin spirits become so bad? There are actually 2 twin spirits appearing in the same team. Very good. What is Yunshu? Bibidang looked at the 4 black soul rings on Yunshu and twitched her eyes again. She couldn't see any expression on her face, but she was extremely angry in her heart. God's punishment. Seeing that the thunder and lightning had gathered momentum, Yunshu pointed his sword at the demon, and countless thunderbolts rolled down from the sky, striking at the demon with lightning speed. Ding. Defeat Yaomi and reward you with a primary lottery ticket. The next scene is a bit horrible. When the first lightning strike, Yaomi was shocked to the point of being speechless. The 9 heavens god thunder is not the power of the blue electric Tyrannosaurus. Even if the power of the lightning is a monster like Yaomi may die, even if he is hit many times. So after chopping for a few seconds, Yunshu cancelled this skill. I didn't expect this skill to be so powerful. It deserves to be rewarded by the system. Yunshu thought to himself. The referee of the spirit hall was a little stunned after seeing this scene. It was understandable for the other 5 to be defeated by Shrek. After all, they had the spirit fusion ability in Tang San, a little monster. But they knew Yaomi's fighting strength, and they thought they could easily deal with Yunshu. But now, lying on the ground were 2 people from the golden generation of Wuhandian who had changed beyond recognition. Let's announce. Bibidang said expressionlessly. Congratulations to the Shrek Academy team for winning the Continental Advanced Soul Master Academy Elite Competition. Oh. Everyone in Shrek cheered excitedly after hearing the verdict was over. Congratulations, young Soul Masters. Bibidong walked down with a smile on her face. Although she was very angry, now is not the time to tear herself apart with these people. Now, the representative of Shrek Academy, please come forward to receive the rewards of this competition. Bibidong took out the 3 spirit bones that everyone had shown before the competition. 3. Go. Yunshu pushed Tang San's back. Yunshu had participated in the entire competition 2 or 3 times, and Yunshu didn't have the only one of these spirit bones that was suitable for him, the wisdom skull. Get that face. After all, it was Tang San who contributed the most, and Yunshu didn't have deep feelings for Shrek. Alright then. Tang San couldn't hold back the enthusiasm of the crowd. He stepped forward excitedly and took Bibidong's 3 spirit bones. Seeing everyone distributing the soul bones there, Yunshu felt a little strange. After all, Xiao Wu did not reveal her identity as a soul beast this time. It was also impossible for Dong to see through Xiao Wu's identity. So this time, will Bibidong find an opportunity to attack everyone? She continued to forbear, and it was not until 5 years later that she gradually revealed her true purpose. Your Majesty the Pope. Now that the game is over, can we leave now? Yunshu stepped forward and asked with a smile. He wanted to see what Bibidong was going to do, because Yunshu didn't want to initiate a war. Of course. Bibidong said with a smile, then walked slowly to Yunshu's side. Yunshu, right. I wonder if you would like to join my spirit hall? Bibidong asked softly in Yunshu's ear. Okay. Since His Majesty the Pope is fine, I'll leave. Yunshu ignored Bibidong's last words, and it would be troublesome for him to make Yunshu the suzerain, but to be someone else's subordinate. You are afraid that you are thinking about farting. Bibi Dong squinted her eyes as she watched Yunshu leave and tightly clenched her right hand behind her back, wishing she could directly kill the brat in front of her. It seems that we won't be able to fight today. Yunshu sighed in disappointment. Although he may encounter the assassination of Wu Hundian in the future, if the target is not Bibi Dong, the reward will definitely not be so high, so Yunshu will be disappointed. If he directly changed his identity and came to Wu Hundian to provoke him, there were so many titled fighting geese in Wu Hundian, Yunshu probably got beaten back before he even matched Bibi Dong. Get ready to go back. Yunshu looked at Xiao Wu and Zhu King. There are still 4 or 5 years to come. Yunshu can properly accompany Xiao Wu and Zhu King. Yeah. The two nodded. Yunshu had discussed with them before the competition started and took them away from Shrek after graduation. Since the competition is over, let's leave Wuhan City. The master said to the crowd as he watched Bibi Dong walk into the Pope's palace with a somewhat unhealthy expression. Well, the children can graduate. Flender looked at the few children in front of him and felt a little bit of reluctance in his heart. After all, he had brought the students for so long, and he had brought so many students to Shrek Honor. Since you've graduated, you, Rangrang, can almost go home. After all, Ning Rangrang is Ning Feng's only descendant, so it's impossible to let her go outside. By the way, Uncle Ning, can I join the Seven Treasures Glazed Tile School? Oscar is still the same as the original book, and here he joined the Seven Treasures Glazed Tile School. Teacher, I'll leave for a while. Tang San's expression changed suddenly, and he ran towards a small alley not far away. Yunshu squinted his eyes. Probably Tang Heo was in it right now. Since that's the case, why don't we make a 5-year agreement? The little fat man still proposed this agreement, asking everyone in Shrek to reunite after 5 years, and everyone agreed to this decision. Then, we should leave too. Yunshu glanced at Xiao Wu and Zhu King. In 5 years, there might even be quite a few babies. Little tree, remember to come back and have a look once in a while. Several teachers glanced at Yunshu. The real strength of this most mysterious student might not be weaker than Th's. They have always felt it. Goodbye. Yunshu held the hands of the two women, and a vortex appeared and sucked the three of them in. End of this chapter. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 183 Shurifield. I want to tell you one thing. In Shenmue World, Yunshu said solemnly. The two girls, who were fascinated by the wonderful scenery of Shenmue World, were taken aback when they heard it, and then stared at Yunshu in a state of bewilderment. Actually, Yunshu told Xiao Wu and Zhu King about the snake human race from beginning to end. Seeing the unbelievable eyes of the two women, Yunshu panicked. Maybe he can't accept it. That, Xiao was your king. Listen to me. In fact, at the beginning I just, can we meet? Xiao Wu and Zhu King interrupted Yunshu, then looked at Yunshu and said quietly, calm down. Calm down. Yunshu was really afraid that the two would fight when they met. Although Kadai and Xiao Wu were both beasts, they were natural enemies after all, and he was afraid that Xiao Wu would not like each other. I'll take you there. The snake human race was not far away, and Yunshu sat the two girls on his back and took them to the snake human temple. Sigh. If I knew it, I would have placed them elsewhere. Yunshu sighed, thinking to himself. Hiss. As soon as Yunshu finished sighing, there was a sharp pain in Yunshu's waist. Soft meat. I was wrong. Yunshu said helplessly. Hearing Yunshu's apology, Zhu King also let go of her hand. As for Xiao Wu, she lowered her head and didn't know what she was thinking. Okay, we're here. Yunshu landed in the Snakeman Temple, where only Katie and Medusa live, so he won't be seen by other snakemen. The snake man guarding the door has long been familiar with Yunshu's arrival, not to mention that this is a small world within Yunshu's body. It will definitely not be easy to offend Yunshu, not to mention that Yunshu's powerful, they can't afford to resist. They still remember the terrifying sword of the golden giant back then, the power. Just thinking about it makes people frightened. Little tree, you are here. Kadai seemed to smell Yunshu's breath and ran out of the temple excitedly. Xiao Wu puffed up her mouth when she first saw the butterfly. What's wrong? Yunshu asked with some doubts. HMPH. Xiao Wu glanced at KD again and turned her head angrily. Xiao, KD was relatively innocent, and she didn't understand why the girl got angry when she saw her. Let's talk alone. Zhu King said at this moment. Yunshu didn't really want them to get together. In case someone made a move first, he probably wouldn't be able to resist KD's move. Hiss. At this time, a colorful snake suddenly sprang out from KD's chest and flew towards Yunshu. Be careful. Xiao Wu and Zhu King blocked Yunshu when they saw this scene. KD was also stunned when she saw it. As for such a big reaction, don't worry. Yunshu rubbed the heads of the two of them from behind, and the little snake had already fallen into Yunshu's hands. This is Xiaoda's older sister. Due to some evolutionary problems, she has temporarily become like this. Yunshu explained to the two of them. Sister? The two were also a little confused when they heard it. Why is my sister such a little snake? Don't look at her as small and exquisite, but her strength is comparable to that of a titled Douluo. Yunshu raised his eyebrows and said. Xiaodi also has strength no less than titled Douluo. Yunshu said with a smile. He was afraid that the two sides would fight, and then Xiao Wu and Zhu King would not be able to fight. Titled Douluo. The two felt a little apprehensive when they heard this. They originally wanted to join forces and suppress the snake who seduced Yunshu first, but they didn't expect the other party to be so powerful. Okay, I'll take her away first. You guys talk slowly. Yunshu brought the colorful snake to the Lingquan. I have already told them about KD's great strength. Now they should be able to speak well. Little queen, when will you recover? Yunshu nodded the little snake's head and said slowly. Yunshu was also a little unhappy about keeping the snake tribe in his own world. As long as Medusa can recover, Yunshu can send the snake tribe out directly so that the world of Shenwei will return to its original appearance. Hiss. The little snake raised its head and rubbed against Yunshu's fingers. Now Medusa's soul is still sleeping, and the little snake's soul has been suppressing her. Soul. Yunshu muttered in his mouth. The solution to the soul. The super seminary should be able to, but here Yunshu dare not go in. After all, so many big guys have been staring at the earth since thousands of years ago. Yunshu, an outsider, would probably be targeted as soon as he passed by. Then, under one person, the Oriati informs that Yunshu obtained before opened the door to this world, but Yunshu hadn't watched this anime since Sharingan, and Yunshu didn't know if there was one. Something that works on the soul. In the original book, the ability of the Ming Soul technique is only to view memory, extract memory and erase memory. Now that there are two souls in the colorful snake, the ability related to memory may not be useful. And even if it is useful, how can an ordinary person using this ability be useful to a strong man who is about to reach the god level compared to them? It would not be a problem for a Daozang level powerhouse to destroy the world directly in the real world, and the old celestial masters might kneel with one blow. However, Yunshu once read it somewhere, saying that the Shuangquan hand in the 8 wonders seems to have an effect on the soul. Shuangquan refers to both sex and life. Sex represents the body, and life is a soul. The ability of this pair of hands probably refers to the absolute control over the body and soul. Moreover, the 8 miraculous skills are exactly the skills that talents like Yunshu can learn. After this matter is over, let's go to the alien world to see. With Yunshu's current strength, he can't get what he wants, but the Wangyoucao is also quite interesting, and the final number 2 can also get Tang San. Although it is useless to oneself, it is also a good choice to give someone away. Little tree. The voice of the colorful butterfly came from afar. It's over? Yunshu said in surprise. He had only been out for about half an hour and the conversation was over there. Here we come. Yunshu responded, and then flew back with the little snake. You guys are. Seeing Xiao Wu and Zhu King staring at him like this, Yunshu felt a little thumping in his heart. He didn't know what kind of agreement they reached, and they started to get along peacefully. HMPH. I won't tell you. Xiao Wu arrogantly turned her head and snorted coldly. Yunshu smiled dryly, but now it seems that this matter is finally over. I need to leave for a period of time to help Queen Medusa find a way to recover. During this time, I may wrong you. Yunshu said to the three of them. After the world, they may be lonely for a while. Xiaoshu, why not bring Daming, Erming and Jiu Lama in too? Xiao Wu suddenly suggested. End of this chapter. Chapter 184 under one person. Yunshu was taken aback when he heard Xiao Wu's words. Those giant creatures moved in. Wouldn't his Shenwei world become a zoo? Rabbit, orangutan, fox, half-snake man, python. Okay. Although somewhat reluctant, since Xiao Wu asked, Yunshu agreed. At least someone would accompany them during his absence. Okay, I'll go and bring them over, Yunshu said, and disappeared in place. Less than 5 minutes later, Yunshu appeared in the Shenwei space with 3 giant beasts and 2 10,000-year-old soul beasts. Daming, Erming and Ninetales are all for nothing. This time Yunshu also brought the deer who was with Xiao Wu when Xiao Wu's mother died in the original book, and Xiao Wu's kinsman, a 10,000-year soft-bone rabbit. There was no way the 2 spirit beasts were beside Daming and Erming at that time when Yunshu said that he would take them to meet Xiao Wu. The 2 of them also chose to follow. As for Ninetales, this guy was brought here after Yunshu, and Daming Erming knocked him out. After all, a fox with 9 tails could easily be captured by the spirit hall as a soul beast there, and Hulina's martial soul was captured by the spirit hall. It is called Xianhu, and it is well known that the more tails a fox has, the more powerful it is. So even so, it is definitely not as noble as the 9-tailed fox, so Hulina has a great possibility to let those 2 titled Douluo take action to hunt and kill 9-tailed fox. It's so big. These giant beasts were placed by Yunshu in another place far away from the snake tribe, but KD will also be here. Seeing the 3 giant beasts brought in by Yunshu, KD covering their mouths said in surprise. Sisters Xiao, Daming Erming, said excitedly after seeing Xiao Wu. They learned from Yunshu that they needed to stay with Xiao Wu for the next period of time, so they chose to leave with Yunshu without hesitation. Because Kyuubi didn't agree, that's why Yunshu teamed up with the 2 brothers to knock him out. No matter how long Kyuubi has been with them for so long, even if Kyuubi is arrogant, Daming and Erming don't feel at ease to let Kyuubi be alone. Staying here, neither of the 2 brothers could protect Xiao Wu's mother under Bibidong's men, let alone Ninetales, a fox. Take care of Ninetales, this guy's going to make a fuss again when he wakes up. Yunshu buttoned his ears. His ears were really deafened by his voice. I have something to do. You have to get along well, Yunshu said to everyone with a smile, and then left the world of Shenwei. Let him get along with Xiao and the others. Yunshu was really a little scared. System. Go to the world of aliens. Yunshu came to the Stardao Great Forest. There were no creatures here at this time, but even without Daming and Erming, some low-level soul beasts would not dare to step here. Is this the world of aliens? It's been a long time since I came to the real world. Looking at the tall buildings in front of him, Yunshu said excitedly. The last time I came here is still in the world of Ghost Slayer, but the time period of that world is a bit too early. Mobile phone, computer, game console. Here I come. Wahahaha. Yunshu, who hadn't touched these things for many years, thought of this and ran excitedly into the city. At this time, not far from Yunshu, a young man about 20 years old stepped on the minibus returning to the village. Wangyoucao. Walking out of the shopping mall, Yunshu held the latest pineapple mobile phone in one hand and tens of thousands of notebooks in the other hand. What? You said money? Serious people who spend money on things. Well, now we can see where the plot is going. Yunshu thought for a while and was about to go to the school where the male advocated Chulan. He remembered that Zhang Chulan had been living a normal life before the plot started. Go to school. Luo Shandagio is similar to the Soul Master competition, but the level of rigor is somewhat different. The Soul Master competition has banned civilians from visiting after the promotion competition, and Luo Shandagio is open to all strangers after all, so Yunshu can actually go there putting a foot in. Anyway, number 2 can get one of the 8 wonders for free, and after the battle, you can also sell yourself to the alien world, so the probability of getting both hands will increase a lot. Let me think about it. Zhang Chulan seems to be living in Sharingan City after the plot begins. Although Zhang Chulan was born in Shandong, because her grandfather avoided his enemies, he lived a life of ups and downs since he was a child. After a period of time, he had to move to another place, and until he was alone, he kept in mind his father's entrustment and lived a normal life, studying in a university called Wangyoucao in Sharingan City. "Hey, brother, do you know where this place is?" Yunshu asked, after stopping a passerby. "Where? What are you referring to?" Passers-by were puzzled, not knowing exactly where Yunshu was referring. "It's right under my feet." "What city or county is this place?" Yunshu repeated. "Oh, I understand. This is Sharingan City, Heping District." The passerby nodded and said, "This is Sharingan City," Yunshu said in surprise. "And the Heping District seems to be not far from Linen University." After asking about the address of Wangyoucao University, Yunshu took a taxi and headed there. This society is more convenient. If he was in Douluo, Yunshu might have to fly there again. When he came to Wangyoucao University, Yunshu found Zhang Chulan's class through hypnosis. Yunshu scanned the whole school, but he didn't seem to find Zhang Chulan. In the end, I learned that Zhang Chulan was on holiday today, and today was Qingming, so he had already gone back to worship his ancestors. So the plot has already started. Yunshu rubbed his chin. Since he had found Zhang Chulan's school, he was not in a hurry to leave. Yunshu continued to hypnotize the principal and arranged for him to be a student. Anyway, Yunshu looks like a teenager now, and even younger. Yunshu remembered that after Zhang Chulan was thrown into the corpse pile by Feng Bao tonight, because he exposed Lei Fa, he rushed back to school from the countryside the next day, so Zhang Chulan should be back by this time tomorrow, and Feng Bao would be fine, if there were no accidents will follow. Guapi Feng Bao. Interesting. Yunshu sat by the Jingai Lake with his legs crossed, thinking about how to get close to them tomorrow. Forget it. The company will find out anyway, so why not just show it off like Feng Bao? Yunshu didn't think about it anymore. He knew his identity would be found out if anyone wanted to check it out. It has never appeared in society before, and such a person is definitely not a normal person, even if he is not a different person. But Yunshu's various performances after his appearance meant that he was no different from ordinary people. How could such a person get close to Zhang Chulan to reassure the people in the company? Let it be. Yunshu leaned on the bench and prepared to squint for a while. Who told him that he didn't have a dormitory? End of this chapter. Chapter 185. Yasodon 039. T send me off. The next day. Did you see that? He's so handsome. Look at his face. It's so smooth. It's obviously a boy, but it's even more beautiful than a woman's face. Yeah. I really want to touch his face. Yunshu frowned. He just wanted to wait quietly for Zhang Chulan to come to class, but he couldn't find out that, because of his good looks, the class was already overcrowded. Yunshu couldn't wait for Zhang Chulan anymore. Not a single seat left. Oh, just forget it today. You should wear a mask when you come to class in the future. Yunshu sighed helplessly. At least half of the girls in a class stared at him intently during class, which caused Yunshu to be in school now. My scalp tingles when I see a woman. Anyway, Feng Bao will continue to stay in school for a few days after taking Zhang Chulan as his slave today, and there is always a chance to meet them. Yunshu found the principal and asked him to arrange an independent dormitory for him, complete with air conditioning and Wi-Fi, so Yunshu was not in a hurry. Anyway, Zhang Chulan could still follow dramas in the dormitory, masturbating, before he could wait another day past. Yunshu sneaked into Zhang Chulan's classroom today wearing a mask and a hat. People who didn't know thought this man was a thief. I'll go. Dude, you're not too hot. A few students sitting in the back row said in surprise when they saw Yunshu's outfit. Yunshu, it would be hotter if I didn't dress up like this. The classroom is full of people and they all stare at me. Sun protection. Yunshu said to the two people beside him. Yunshu's skin was still whiter than normal people in this world, so they didn't say much after hearing that. They just looked at Yunshu in surprise like a tree. Zhang Chulan looked back at Yunshu when she heard the voice, and cursed inwardly when she saw Yunshu take off the mask and hat. You're so handsome. What are you looking at? Feng Bao said, staring at the blackboard intently. A strange person came from behind, and the bag was like a rice dumpling in this hot day. Zhang Chulan said speechlessly. Oh, it's him. Bao Feng glanced back at Yunshu. Sister Bao, do you know him? Zhang Chulan said in surprise. After getting along with her for the past 2 days, he has learned a little about Feng Bao's personality. He didn't expect that she would pay attention to handsome guys. Zhang Chulan never thought of it of. I don't know. But 2 days ago, because he was too handsome, he was surrounded by a group of girls in the classroom. I happened to see him when I passed by the door. Feng Bao said lightly. Surrounded by a group of girls. Damn. Could it be that being handsome can do whatever you want? Zhang Chulan cursed in a low voice. He grew up so big, because of Xiao Gangshu's relationship, that he didn't even do masturbation. Unexpectedly that kid can attract so many girls just by his looks. Exclamation mark. I'm not reconciled. Zhang Chulan thought to himself. Don't think about it. If you rate his appearance, if the full score is 60, he will at least get points. And you just barely score points. Feng Bao's words made Zhang Chulan collapse immediately. No, Sister Bao, I'm worth 60 points in your eyes? Zhang Chulan said without tears. Not in my eyes, but in the eyes of the masses. And, you should call me master. Feng Bao stared at Zhang Chulan expressionlessly. I was wrong. Master. Zhang Chulan felt chills when she saw the sashimi knife drawn from Feng Bao's cuff. After being targeted by this pervert, she couldn't get rid of it, and this guy was also a little out of order. Yunshu heard the conversation between the two of them, and Yunshu felt a little proud of Feng Bao's evaluation of him. After all, Feng Bao has no feelings. Even this kind of people who have no feelings recognize his appearance. It seems that he is really handsome. After class, Yunshu came to Feng Bao's side. Hello. Yunshu stretched out his hand with a smile and greeted the two of them. What are you doing? Zhang Chulan looked at Yunshu with a displeased face. He looks so handsome. Then he turned his face away and looked at the scenery outside the window. Feng Bao, on the other hand, turned his expressionless face into serious eyes and then slowly grasped the right hand that Yunshu handed over. It's nothing. I just think you are very interesting and want to make friends with you. Yunshu said with a smile. Friend? HMPH. There's nothing to be courteous about. It's either rape or robbery. Zhang Chulan is upset, no matter how she looks at Yunshu now. No, it should be said to be jealous. Jealous that Yunshu can be liked by so many girls. To be honest, if you can dress yourself up well, maybe you can reach 70 points. Yunshu said and left the classroom. Only 2 people with dignified faces were left. He heard the whisper we just said. Zhang Chulan said to Feng Bao in shock. Feng Bao already suspected that Yunshu was a foreigner who came here with a purpose, so there was no need to investigate now, as he admitted it himself. Hello. Zhu-san. There is a problem with the mission. Another guy appeared beside Zhang Chulan, and he. Feng Bao contacted Zhu-san immediately, because Yunshu gave Feng Bao the first feeling, as if he had met a god in the sky. He had never felt such a huge pressure, but he didn't feel palpitating. Powerful people appeared out of nowhere and wanted to make friends with them, which made Feng Bao very puzzled, so he contacted Zhu-san. I see, I'll take someone there right away. Zhu-san on the other end of the phone knew something was wrong when he heard Feng Bao's authentic Mandarin. What did I do wrong? Yunshu, who was playing masturbation in the dormitory, heard Zhu-san's voice on the phone and said a little speechlessly. The trace of aura actually made Feng Bao so wary of herself. Could it be because the aura was exposed too much, which frightened her? It's bad it's hard to pretend to be weak. Yunshu sighed and cancelled the Eye of Sand. He didn't expect to make friends with good intentions, but the other party was so afraid. Really? It seems that I will learn from Zhang Chulan in the future. Don't looking at Zhang Chulan's stinky and shameless temper all day long. His temperament has already surpassed his age. He seems lazy and easygoing, and loves to complain, but in fact he is very thoughtful and rational. It doesn't matter, we already know each other anyway, let's talk about it later. Yunshu sighed and continued to focus on the battle in front of him. Come on the stone man. I'll fuck you big bastard, can you play? Seeing the stone, everyone should be big or not, but when the 5 on the opposite side are all scattered, Das Hang's waist is opposite, Yunshu got angry from it and started to play the piano. 40 mates, don't send Yasuo away. End of this chapter. 186 threat. HMM. Yunshu stretched his waist and played the game all night, but due to physical and mental reasons, Yunshu didn't feel tired at all, so he started to pack his things and prepare to meet Zhang Chulan and Feng Bao again. Yunshu received dozens of eyes from the crowd as soon as he walked out of the dormitory door. You've been eyeing me so soon, how should I explain it to them? Yunshu rubbed his chin and said helplessly, point after all, I did come with good intentions yesterday, but it seemed that I was misunderstood by Feng Bao, thinking that I was going for her and Zhang Chulan. Take me to meet your leader, Yunshu said in front of the closest follower. Seeing that Yunshu had directly exposed them, the man didn't pretend anymore, but took out his mobile phone and called Zusan. Come with me. The man hung up the phone, glanced at Yunshu, and then walked to a hidden place in the school. Why are you a courier company so mysterious? Yunshu said speechlessly. This guy Zusana is actually doing something like hiding in an alley. After following that person for about 100 meters, Yunshu saw Zusan standing not far away. Well, how should I put it? Actually, I don't have any malice towards you. After all, the nature of your company is also for social stability, and I don't have any thoughts about Zhang Chulan. I just want to make friends. As soon as the tree came up, he explained all the things. He is not a cold person, because a few words will cause misunderstanding with the other party. Since he chose to explain, then it is good to say everything. Zusan didn't expect Yunshu to be so straightforward and told him most of the things he wanted to ask as soon as he came up. Okay, we know what you mean, but there is one last question. Who are you? Why can't we find any trace of your existence? Zusan asked the most important question. Who is Yunshu? Who and where did they come from? They contacted their superiors to check the information of this person. Except for being captured by some cameras recently, there is no trace of this person's existence at all, as if it appeared out of thin air. Let's put it this way, there are far more aliens in the world than you can imagine, and it's impossible for a company to manage the entire country. If many hidden families don't want to come out, even if you spend 100 or 1000 years, you won't be able to notice it. And we are one of them. You can understand me when I say that. Yunshu explained to Zusan solemnly. You said that you are from a family of aliens hidden in the world. Zusan's face was full of disbelief. Actually, it's normal if you don't believe it. After all, you are just ordinary people. Yunshu said some words that were not worthy of beating. How about this? Let me show my sincerity. Yunshu looked at Zusan and smiled, and the next second, Zusan was stunned. Because Yunshu had already appeared behind him. With a hand hooked around his neck, a blue flame ignited in Yunshu's hand. Zusan's forehead was so tense that cold sweat broke out, and he could clearly feel how tragic the situation would be if this flame erupted in human society. If I just release this flame directly and burn down the entire university, there should be no problem. All of you, including these innocent students, will also die tragically. No, it should be said that there are no dead bodies. How about it? If I'm a bad person, I only need to I can kill all of you in a split second. But I didn't do that, and I talked to you here in a nice voice, so I'm sincere enough. Yunshu raised his eyebrows and said, although this expression of sincerity was somewhat feeling threatened, but there is no way, once and for all. After Zusan sensed the power of the strange fire, he would definitely not attack Yunshu easily, otherwise everyone within a few thousand meters of the strange fire would be buried with him. Zusan silently pushed his glasses with trembling hands. He was really frightened. Okay, I'm going to class first. Don't let people stare at me if you're fine. Seeing that Zusan hadn't recovered, Yunshu patted Zusan on the shoulder and left. In this way, these guys should stop staring at me. Yunshu thought to himself. But Yunshu, who left, didn't know that Zusan had started to contact his superiors at this time, and a big devil suddenly came to the world. Because Yunshu hasn't lived a normal human society for a long time, so he doesn't know the importance of doing things. In Yunshu's view, things are very common, but he doesn't know, in the eyes of ordinary people, they are just like demons. Normal people who would take the lives of a large area to threaten others. Today's class was quite normal. Ever since Yunshu put on a mask, he was rarely surrounded by people. Maybe it was because of a call from Zusan. Feng Bao's attitude towards Yunshu was okay today, and he even shared a photo of a radiant man photo. But this also made Zhang Chulan collapse even more. On the second night, Yunshu didn't have time to play games today. Tonight Zhang Chulan will usher in his first shot. Although it is fake, Yunshu is quite happy to see Zhang Chulan embarrassing. Well, something happened. Yunshu's eyes of sand have been observing Zhang Chulan's dormitory. We'll see. Zhang Chulan quickly tidied himself up and turned off the elderly phone given to him by Feng Bao after leaving school. Unfortunately, what he didn't know was that even if the phone was turned off, Zusan could still receive the phone and send it to him signal of, "Oh, Zhang Chulan is such a coincidence." Yunshu suddenly appeared beside Zhang Chulan and patted him on the shoulder and said, "It's you." Zhang Chulan's expression turned ugly when he saw Yunshu. After all, who made Yunshu so handsome? No, I can't let this guy follow me. What if the elementary school girl is attracted by him after seeing him? I must find a reason to coax him away first. Zhang Chulan thought to herself, after so many years, it was hard. There is a beautiful elementary school girl who has taken a fancy to me. Wouldn't it be too miserable if I was ruined by this guy in front of me today? I'm afraid he won't be able to claim the title of virgin in his life. Brother Yun. That's it. Sister Bayer asked me to tell you just now. You are waiting for you in the classroom, where he is in class today. He said that he has something important to tell you. Go quickly. Don't make him wait. Zhang Chulan said to Yunshu with a smile. That's right. Then I have to go and see. Yunshu said with a look of surprise, and then left. If you want to see Zhang Chulan embarrassing, of course you have to observe secretly, and then secretly take pictures. End of this chapter. Chapter 187. Yunshu squinted his eyes. He suddenly felt as if something was looking at him. Yunshu looked up, but found nothing. It's strange. Could it be some kind of human with superpowers? The feeling of being watched only lasted for a second or two, and then disappeared. Yunshu didn't care, but quietly followed Zhang Chulan with a TV. He had finished eating, and was ready to go. Liu Yanan is over there. Hey. With this video, how dare you hate me so much? Yunshu didn't know why. It seemed that Zhang Chulan didn't like him from the first moment he saw him. What he didn't know was that Zhang Chulan was simply jealous of his handsomeness. At this time, on the other side, a group of people looked at the screen in front of them and fell into deep thought. They just used satellites to find a Demon King mentioned by Zusan in East China. They didn't expect that the Demon King would notice it just by looking at it. They're staring, seeing the expression of Yunshu staring at them on the screen. A group of people who were frightened hurriedly turned off the satellite monitoring. I didn't expect him to be able to detect it from such a far away satellite surveillance. It seems that what Zusan said is correct. If this kind of monster cannot provoke us, we should try not to provoke him. When the time comes, things will be a big deal in the big area. An old man thought about Yunshu in the previous picture and suggested. Seconded. Even Daoist Wangyoucao can sense the peeping of the camera. As the protagonist, it is not too much to sense the satellite. Brother, why are you so stiff? Liu Yanan leaned close to Zhang Chulan and said softly. Where? How can there be? Zhang Chulan said nervously. You won't. Is it the first time? Liu Yanan said with a smile. How could it be? I'm the one who is called the Little Prince of Nanda Steel Cannon. This is the first time. Why? Before Zhang Chulan finished speaking, Liu Yanan hugged her neck. Really? Zhangzi. Looking at Liu Yanan who was slowly approaching her mouth, Zhang Chulan couldn't help but pouted. Ha 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 ha. Yunshu, who was hiding on the roof and peeping with sand eyes, had already hugged his stomach and laughed wildly. No, this part must be filmed. Yunshu began to control the TV in the corner of the room to start filming. Hiss. Just as he was about to kiss Liu Yanan, Zhang Chulan frowned, and suddenly there was a sharp pain in the place where Liu Yanan was hugging her. What's wrong? Liu Yanan asked, pretending to be puzzled. It's nothing, just something pricked me. Zhang Chulan touched the back of her head, but she didn't feel anything. Can you? Don't worry about it, just let me spend the night with you. Liu Yan'an threw Zhang Chulan down again, and said affectionately as she pressed on him. Zhang Chulan, it's been more than 20 years, and you finally come. A girl who is willing to be with you. Zhang Chulan thought to himself looking at the girl who was slowly climbing onto him. However, when Liu Yan'an sat on his waist, Zhang Chulan's lower body suddenly felt a sharp pain. Senior brother, what's wrong with you? Liu Yan'an asked in surprise. Don't come here. What on earth did you ask me to do? Zhang Chulan stopped Liu Yan'an and scolded angrily. His Shaogong will automatically detect the target if the other party doesn't really want to sleep with him. Shaogong it will remind him, causing severe pain. Senior brother, why are you nervous? I just want to get to know senior brother. Is there any problem? Liu Yan'an still didn't understand. She had already been seen through by Zhang Chulan. Don't lie to me. You have no intention of sleeping with me at all. Don't ask me how I know. Anyway, I can be sure. Zhang Chulan said viciously. Could it be that you? You are so interesting, Zhang Chulan. But forget it. The goo I planted in your neck just now should have almost exploded, and I'm too lazy to play with you anymore. Liu Yan'an finally revealed his true purpose. After all, several zombies ran out from all over the room, trying to arrest Zhang Chulan. The person who attacked me in the cemetery. Could it be you? Zhang Chulan finally understood that it was this person who dug his grandfather's grave. Heh. Shaogong, if you are not someone who truly accepts you, you cannot touch the place where you are sealed. I never thought that Shaogong, who was just mentioned by the old man, actually exists. Liu Yan'an said excitedly. But your luck is really bad, Zhang Chulan. What's the matter? Did I meet a fairy and dance? Or a kidney cutter? Zhang Chulan looked at Liu Yan'an in a daze. He didn't understand why Liu Yan'an was targeting him. No. These are the living corpses who attacked me in the cemetery. She is coming for me. This guy. Just like that crazy woman, he's also a different kind. Zhang Chulan thought to herself looking at Liu Yan'an who was laughing wildly. But as long as it is a different kind, he can use his family's kung fu to deal with it. Don't blame me for being rude. Zhang Chulan stood up, ready to use the golden light curse to kill the group of living corpses and escape from this crazy woman. I advise you to give up, Zhang Chulan. Liu Yan'an knew that the goo she had planted had already started. Even if Zhang Chulan wanted to make a move at this time, she couldn't do it. What's going on? Where's my golden light? Zhang Chulan's golden light disappeared without a trace. Could it be that time? Zhang Chulan suddenly thought of the sharp pain from the back of her neck. You did it. Zhang Chulan glared at Liu Yan'an and said. What are you doing? Let me go. Zhang Chulan, who was restrained by the living corpse, roared angrily. Boom. Seeing that Zhang Chulan and Liu Yan'an, who refused to listen to the resistance, just controlled the living corpse and punched him unconscious, and then took Zhang Chulan to the place agreed with Guangxing. Oh, it's finally my turn to play. Yunshu smiled, put on Zio Organization's Owen robe and Uchihara mask, and followed Liu Yan'an's car. The next thing is very interesting. How could Yunshu miss it? And it is also good for Yunshu to get in touch with Guangxing. After all, if he can win this group of people, it will also be very helpful for Yunshu. The sect that Yunshu wanted to create before was not successful due to some reasons, so let's start from this world. Anyway, Guangxing does not have a sect leader, and as the master with my own strength, don't wrong them. I'm so bored. A beautiful woman in a tank top and shorts yawned at the place where she and Liu Yan'an had agreed to meet and said in a disinterested manner. Sister. Good news. That Xiangxi exorcist got Zhang Chulan. Soon, he will be here. Another boy with a mushroom head and glasses in the room, said with a smile. End of this chapter. Chapter 188 Uchihara. What the hell are you trying to do? Zhang Chulan was thrown from the car by Liu Yan'an, and he shouted angrily when he saw the Guangxing people beside him. What do you want to do? He walked slowly to Zhang Chulan's side and straddled Zhang Chulan's body. Hey, what are you doing? Don't mess around. Zhang Chulan said in a panic. I said you are such a good girl. Why are you so self-willed and depraved? A voice came from the darkness, and Zhang Chulan, who was pressed down by Zahi, lit up when she heard it, and then shouted at the place where the voice came from. Shouted, "Brother Yun. Help me, Brother Yun." Zhang Chulan, who just called Yunshu's younger brother, is now in trouble, and she decisively abandoned her self-esteem and called for help from Cheo Yunshu. Abito Uchiha. There's someone cosplaying like this in this big night. Liu Yan'an and Lu Liang said in bewilderment when they saw the person coming. TSK, your ears are so good. Yunshu took off his mask and clothes and said helplessly. He forgot to change his voice before he spoke, but Zhang Chulan recognized it as soon as he heard it. And what Yunshu didn't expect was that there would be an Anin called Naruto in this world. The appearance of dressing up as Obito before was purely for fun to hide his identity. Now it seems that he can't even use Sharingan, although it's not used much now, but Yunshu is still afraid of trouble. After all, people in real life have used the abilities of Anin characters. A person with abilities, but the Sharingan of Nima is just an ability in a Japanese manga. No matter how coincidentally it is impossible for the same ability to appear. I've never seen such a handsome little brother. Do you want to come and play with me? Zahi's eyes lit up when he saw Yunshu, and then he licked his lips unconsciously and asked, better say goodbye, you're shameless and I want more. Yunshu said a little speechlessly when he heard someone say such explicit words to him for the first time. What a pity. Zahi looked at Yunshu's exquisite face with a look of disappointment in his eyes, but in view of their current situation, Zahi was still ready to attack Yunshu. Although she never kills, she is quite willing to let such a handsome little brother sink under her hands. Brother Yun, save me. On Zhang Chulan's side, seeing Lu Liang slowly walking towards him, Zhang Chulan started howling again. Here we come. Yunshu said helplessly, then pointed at Zhang Chulan with one hand and sucked him in. This is the use of soul power and has nothing to do with the gravitational force of the reincarnation eye, and it is not that there is no such ability in this world, so the few people are only shocked by Yunshu's strength, not ability. I didn't feel the key. It seems that the opponent is very strong. Zahi and Lu Liang thought to themselves while looking at Yunshu's hand. To be able to use the ability without showing a trace of ki, what a terrifying control ability it takes to be able to do it. Zhang Chulan. Just after Yunshu rescued Zhang Chulan, the voices of Zusan and Feng Bao came from behind. It's you, Mr. Yun. Zusan was surprised when he saw Yunshu, and then said with some respect, he received instructions from his superiors yesterday, telling him not to offend Yunshu, and to fight well with Yunshu relation. Anyway, the general meaning is to let him lick Yunshu. Don't be so cynical, just call me Yunshu. 3 children. Yunshu said with a smile. Tang San, Zusan. Really interesting. Zusan. He's been under the goo, please help him deal with it. Yunshu is not a craftsman, and he didn't solve the goo, so he still told Feng Bao. After all, he was the one who solved it in the original play. Okay. Feng Bao took out the sashimi knife, aimed at Zhang Chulan's neck, and stabbed it down. Don't. Sister Bao. Zhang Chulan yelled in horror, thinking that Feng Bao was going to kill him. What are you yelling for? I'm just helping you get rid of the goo worms on the back of your neck, and more. What should you call me? Feng Bao looked at Zhang Chulan and said coldly. I was wrong. Bao. No. Master. Zhang Chulan cried after seeing Bao Feng's face. Leave the whole sexed guy to me. I have been born for so long. I just enjoy life, so I have to contribute to society. Yunshu said to Zusan with a smile. Okay. Then I'll trouble you, Yunshu. Zusan was stunned for a moment and then nodded. He knew Yunshu's strength well, and it shouldn't be a problem to deal with these middle-aged people in front of him. Then, let's start. Yunshu said, and disappeared without a trace in an instant. What? Where's the person? Liu Yan'an watched Yunshu disappear in an instant, panicked, and hurriedly looked around. Here, little sister. Yunshu appeared in front of Liu Yan'an and knocked her out of his head, then grabbed her clothes and threw it to Zusan. The second one. Yunshu looked at Lu Liang with a smile. Damn it. Seeing that Yunshu had dealt with this Xiangxi corpse hunting girl in an instant, Lu Liang panicked. His actual combat ability is not strong, and his main attack method is to use Ming Soul technique to attract the opponent's soul. I'm very interested in your Ming Soul art, Yunshu said to Lu Liang with his lips, but Zusan and the others behind him didn't see Yunshu's lips. What? Lu Liang said in horror, after seeing Yunshu's lips. Seeing that Yunshu's target was Lu Liang, Zahi on the side hurriedly ran to the side of the motorcycle, got on it, turned the accelerator and drove towards the depths of the forest. You can't run away, Yunshu said to Zahi, after grabbing Lu Liang by the back of the neck and throwing Lu Liang to Zusan, after knocking his brains out. Hey, this terrifying speed. Could this be the real strength of those big hidden families? Zusan said with dull eyes when he watched Yunshu appear in front of Liu Yang and behind Lu Liang as if teleporting. With this speed, even if he ran for a minute, he might not be able to run faster than Yunshu. As soon as they were shocked, the three of them saw a pair of wings sprouting from Yunshu's back, and then the wings shook Yunshu, and his whole body shot towards the direction of Zahi's escape like a bullet. Did I get dazzled? Did you see the wings behind him? Zusan said blankly looking at the direction Yunshu left. I saw it too. Feng Bao said expressionlessly. Oh my god. Is brother Yun a birdman? Zhang Chulan said in shock. You're a birdman. Zusan said speechlessly. According to Yunshu himself, his family is a big hidden family. Although they are also aliens, they are much more noble than us. Zusan said lightly. I didn't expect to be tall, rich and handsome. Damn it. Why does this kind of person appear by my side? Zhang Chulan said unwillingly. The frequent presence of handsome guys of this level by his side will make his presence less and less. End of this chapter. Chapter 189 Accepting the Ring. Done. 039. TU. Oh, what a coincidence. Do you want me to take you for a ride? Yunshu jokingly said, after looking at Zahi under him. What? Zahi looked up and found Yunshu flying above her head. Wings. Zahi looked at the wings behind Yunshu in surprise. Let's go. Yunshu descended, grabbed Zahi, and brought her back to Zusan. How is it? I'm so efficient. Yunshu raised his eyebrows and said. Zusan looked at the three full-sex monsters who were caught in less than 3 minutes, and secretly thought that this might be a fake full sex. Only Zhang Chulan questioned. These villains were caught so easily. Could it be that you are playing me together? Exclamation mark. Little brother is amazing. Zahi didn't forget to tease Yunshu, even though he was arrested. Okay, now that the matter is over, I'll say goodbye. Yunshu said with a smile and narrowed his eyes. Well, just leave the next thing to us. Zusan nodded and said confidently. I hope your losses won't be too heavy later. Yunshu silently prayed for Zusan in his heart. Since he has thoughts about Quan crossing, it is naturally impossible for the company to arrest these two crossing monsters. Yunshu seemed to have stunned Lu Liang, but in fact it was just the sound transmission that made him pretend to be stunned, and Zahi and Yunshu also gave her something after picking her up, at least to let them escape from the company's pursuit. Questionable. Forget it today, go back and play games. Yunshu is not in a hurry, anyway. Quan crossing is always there, so let's see each other when we want to. The next day, since Zhang Chulan was taken to the company by Feng Bao, Yunshu also followed. Hey, good morning, Yunshu said with a smile, after seeing Zusan. Seeing Zusan's sad expression, Yunshu knew that the Zahi and Lu Liang he captured last night must have run away. Otherwise, even if Zusan could be caught, it would not have such an expression. Liu Yan'an is just a naive person who wants to join Quangxing without even understanding the rules of Quangxing. In Zusan's view, Liu Yan'an is not a bad person, but just a bad girl who has entered the rebellious period. Even if it's useless to keep this person, the whole person still ran away. Mr. Zusan, what's the matter with you? Zhang Chulan asked suspiciously looking at Zusan's expression. Yunshu, I'm really sorry, the whole sexed person ran away last night. Zusan said with a sigh. Escaped. Yunshu pretended to be surprised and said. Well, I didn't expect that Zahi actually carried chili powder with him. It's a pity. It's okay. It's a big deal and I'll catch it next time. Yunshu waved his hand and said indifferently. You talk, I'll take a look. Yunshu didn't plan to participate in Liu Yan'an's torture, he just came to play along. Afterwards, Zhang Chulan and Zusan went underground to torture together, while Yunshu began to observe these couriers one by one with clairvoyant eyes. Oh, there are adult products. Yunshu looked at a courier box and let out a wretched laugh. Yunshu did not participate in the fight between Zhang Chulan and Zhang Lingai that night. Instead, he squatted in the dormitory and played games all night until Zusan called Yunshu the next morning. What? Let me teach Zhang Chulan, Yunshu said in surprise. Zusan actually called himself, hoping that he could come and help give Zhang Chulan special training. How did you think of me? Yunshu asked suspiciously. The baby said that you are very strong, and the baby will teach you how to practice ki by yourself. I invite you here, just to train Zhang Chulan's actual combat ability, Zusan explained on the other end of the phone. Oh. Yunshu understood. Feng Bao felt that he was not Yunshu's opponent, so if Yunshu taught Zhang Chulan how to fight, Zhang Chulan's strength would definitely be improved. That's fine. I just have nothing to do during this time, so I'll just play with you, Yunshu agreed. Anyway, nothing interesting will happen before Luoshi and Agio starts, so it's better to go with Zhang Chulan. That kid is playing. Okay, I'll arrange a car to pick you up now. Are you still in school? Zusan said on the other end of the phone. Go now? In such a hurry? Yunshu asked in confusion. I can't help it. There is only less than a month left before Luoshi and Jiao. We must hurry up and train Zhang Chulan within this month. Okay, then I'll pack up and wait for you at the gate of South University. Yunshu hung up the phone after finishing speaking. I remember that there seems to be no air conditioner in that ghostly place, so I have to bring one there. Yunshu directly tore down the entire wall and the air conditioner. Anyway, he would not stay in this place any longer. The tree put all the things in the whole room into the ring again. Yo. Good morning. Coming to the company, Yunshu looked at Zhang Chulan and said with a smile. It's already noon now. Zhang Chulan scratched her head and said in a daze. When he learned that Yunshu was going to come to train him, he was completely at ease, and he had seen Yunshu's strength before. The comparison between that little uncle and Yunshu last night was like an ant and an elephant are not comparable at all. Yunshu came to train him, gave him special training. Wouldn't he just train him to death? Don't worry, you are much luckier now than when I was a child. Yunshu patted Zhang Chulan and said, when I was young. Several people looked at Yunshu suspiciously. This was the first time they heard Yunshu mention their childhood. It's nothing. Anyway, don't worry, I'll train you for a month to ensure that you can beat that white-haired boy last night. Yunshu raised his eyebrows and said, how do you know that Zhang Chulan said in surprise. Even the Xiangxia who knew about this, isn't it strange? Yunshu pretended not to care and said, could he tell Zhang Chulan that I knew about it from watching anime? Okay, let's go. The baby will take you there, Zusan said, after pushing the three of them out of the company. After that, Feng Bao took the two of them to the villa where Zhang Chulan was specially trained in the original book. It's really not there. Yunshu walked around and found that there was really no air conditioner installed. Fortunately, I was prepared. Yunshu was about to take out the entire wall where the inner and outer units of the air conditioner were installed from the ring boom. As soon as the wall came out, a deep hole was smashed outside the villa. Damn it. I forgot to put it on the ground for him. Yunshu said helplessly, wondering if the air conditioner had been smashed. What happened? The two walked out of the house. It's nothing, Chulan. Help me see if the air conditioner is still working. Yunshu took Zhang Chulan and threw him into the pit. My god. Brother Yun, how did you bring the whole wall here? Zhang Chulan said in shock. Yunshu showed off the ring on his index finger. What do you mean? Zhang Chulan asked in a daze. Neji. Yunshu said with a smile. A ring. End of this chapter. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 190 Special Training begins. A ring. Zhang Chulan said in shock after hearing what Yunshu said. Isn't this a treasure that only exists in novels? Zhang Chulan ran to Yunshu's side after hearing the word Neji, grabbed Yunshu's hand, and looked at the ring on her index finger with shining eyes. Brother Yun. This is Neji. Zhang Chulan, who was full of desire and still had a smirk, looked at Yunshu and smiled sweetly. Don't think about it, even a country can't make a ring with all its efforts, and I'm unique. Yunshu said lightly, breaking Zhang Chulan's paw. This one is unique, that is to say. Dad, you have other rings. Zhang Chulan heard Yunshu's words, hugged Yunshu's thigh and called Dad. You're pretty smart, kid. But, if you want to accept the ring, it depends on my mood. Yunshu said with a smile. It's not that he doesn't have rings. He also got more than one ring from Mickey in fighting the Sky World, as well as the rings obtained after killing people. Naring is as popular as a divine weapon in other worlds. Okay Dad. I'm going to work right now. Zhang Chulan also knew that there was no air conditioner here, so Yunshu must have brought the air conditioner here for air conditioning. Why did he call your father? At this moment, Feng Bao just heard Zhang Chulan's voice calling Yunshu's father. Ghost knows. Yunshu returned to the villa, selected his own room, and began to take out various computer refrigerators and game consoles from the storage ring. Where did you get these things? Feng Bao stared wide-eyed as Yunshu took out one thing after another that exceeded his body size. Call Dad. I'll tell you. Yunshu said casually. Father. Feng Bao didn't care and immediately opened his mouth to shout. You really shouted it out? Yunshu was taken aback when he heard it, but he didn't expect Feng Bao to come for real. What you said, tell me if you shouted. Feng Bao looked at Yunshu and said quietly. Okay, Neji. There is about the size of this room in the ring, which can be used to store things. Yunshu said lightly. I don't understand. Feng Bao paused for about a minute after hearing Yunshu's words, and then said silently. Yunshu. Forget it, I'm going to install the air conditioner. Yunshu said to Feng Bao after seeing through the window that Zhang Chulan had almost finished handling the air conditioner. Do you want air conditioning in your room? Then I will sleep with you too. Feng Bao said excitedly. No. Yunshu objected. This guy slept with him. Wouldn't that be a temptation to him? Yunshu already had a headache dealing with Zhao Wu and Kadai's matter. If there is such a melon skin who can bear it, it's really going to become a surer field. But I'm hot. Feng Bao suddenly looked at Yunshu with a pitiful and tearful look. I'll call Zhu-san and ask him to install another air conditioner in your room. Yunshu felt a little helpless and took out his phone, ready to contact Zhu-san. Okay. Seeing Yunshu help her contact Zhu-san to install the air conditioner, Feng Bao suddenly became normal again. It seems that you are really witty. Yunshu remembered the words Feng Bao once said at Luosha and Aguo. They always say I'm melon, but in fact I'm not melon at all. Most of the time I compare witty. Hey, how did you know? Feng Bao said in surprise when he heard Yunshu say that she was witty. Yunshu. Dad. The air conditioner has been taken down. Zhang Chulan's voice sounded outside the window. Yunshu shook the phone and put it in Feng Bao's hand to let him send a message to Zhu-san. And Yunshu went down and took the air conditioner up and started to install it. Otherwise it would be too hot tonight. It's better in another world. There is not so much carbon dioxide, so the heat on the planet can be easily dissipated into space, and the greenhouse effect on the earth leads to the increase of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, and the heat emitted into the universe becomes less, so the earth it will be hotter than the other world. Okay, don't call me daddy all day long, just call me Yunshu. Yunshu said speechlessly. If it keeps going like this, people will see him dead with strange eyes. After speaking, Yunshu used the ring to put the air conditioner in. This fantastic operation made Zhang Chulan's mouth shed tears of envy. I'm going to install the internal unit, and you will help me install the external unit later. Yunshu walked into the room. Here. Feng Bao handed the phone to Yunshu. Yunshu looked at the message on the phone and was speechless. Zhu-san, come here and install an air conditioner for Feng Bao. No matter how you look at it, this is not the tone of your own words. Could it be that in Feng Bao's eyes, he looks like a hooligan? Yunshu reluctantly put away the phone, although Zusan answered it without any problem, but with his ass, he knew that Zusan must have found out that this text message was sent by Feng Bao with Yunshu's phone. So would Zusan still think about it? I don't know if the air conditioner will be delivered. Don't end up with all three of you crowded into one room. Yunshu thought to himself. After installing the air conditioner, the weather will be about the same. After dinner, Yunshu asked Zhang Chulan to rest early, and the special training will officially start tomorrow morning. The next day, at 4 o'clock in the morning, Zhang Chulan was kicked awake by Yunshu. In fact, Yunshu didn't sleep, he just played games until 4 o'clock, and he was a little tired, so he went to wake Zhang Chulan up. And because Zhang Chulan went to bed early last night, she didn't procrastinate. She quickly got dressed and followed Yunshu to a forest. Come on. Fight with me first, and go all out. I will adjust how much strength I should use to train you according to your overall strength. Yunshu looked at Zhang Chulan and said lightly, okay. Zhang Chulan didn't talk nonsense, and directly launched the golden light curse to attack Yunshu. Yunshu didn't dodge, but kept taking Zhang Chulan's moves. He wanted to see how far Zhang Chulan could go with all his strength. After half an hour, looking at Zhang Chulan panting wildly, Yunshu also had a general idea in his heart. He hasn't exposed his strength for so many years, and it's not bad that he can persist for so long. Zhang Chulan's current overall strength is about the same as that of a level 15 Soul Master, based on Douluo World's level. The golden light curse is a mess, not an effective skill at all. Both Zhang Lingayu and Feng Bao can easily break his golden light. As for Eva, it should be considered a century-old soul skill, and it can be strengthened with the user's cultivation. Okay, I almost know how to train you. Yunshu, who had already thought of a way, said to Zhang Chulan in front of him. End of this chapter. Chapter 191. The end of the special training. Unknowingly, a month passed, during which Zhang Chulan did not miss Xiangxiahu's recruitment and the cause of his grandfather's death. Xiangxiahu's recruiting was a little different from being insulted by Feng Bao in the original book. This time it was actually because Zhang Chulan, who had just entered the special training, couldn't stand the special training Yunshu arranged for him at all, which led to him running away. However, after being chased by Yunshu to the Xiangxiahu, and smashing everyone in the Xiangxiahu including Feng Zhenghao, Zhang Chulan obediently followed Yunshu back to the villa. Zhang Chulan, there is no way, if you don't come, you will be beaten to death. Even Feng Zhenghao didn't hold on to Yunshu for 3 minutes. Zhang Chulan decisively gave up. And it was also in this battle that Yunshu's name officially spread in the alien world. Everyone learned that a young man named Yunshu entered the Xiangxiahu and defeated Feng Zhenghao, one of the 10 men, and does not need to rely on any martial arts, but pure physical strength, reaction and speed. As for the fact that he almost broke up with Feng Bao after learning of his grandfather's death, it was because Lu Liang found Zhang Chulan with Yunshu's consent and gave Zhang Chulan the memories of his grandfather before his death. Of course, without Yunshu's consent, Lu Liang might have died when he entered Yunshu's range of perception. After all, Yunshu set up a lot of traps near the villa. Of course, these traps were all designed for Zhang Chulan, otherwise how could it be called special training? Inside the villa, Chulan, how are your preparations? We are leaving. Zusi said to Zhang Chulan. Okay. No, you can go. Yunshu, why is Sister Bao going with you? Zhang Chulan looked at the 4 people behind him in the airport and asked suspiciously. You can't let Bao stay here alone. Zusan pushed his eyes and said, Bao Feng would easily get into trouble if no one followed her, and her special identity should not be known to outsiders. Alas. Zhang Chulan sighed. It's okay, the 2 of them are your scavengers, and it will be more convenient to deal with your opponents with the baby. Zusan comforted. Ready to board the plane. Dragon Tiger Mountain. It's quite lively. Seeing this lively scene, she said with a smile. Most of the area in front of Langhu Mountain has been controlled by the Tourism Bureau, so now the mountain is full of people. What? Tickets cost 260 per person. Zhang Chulan said in shock, after receiving the tickets. This is stealing money. Look at your prospects. Yunshu glanced at Zhang Chulan, then reached into his bosom and took out a stack of banknotes from the ring. took out 13 bills, and handed them over. Don't ask me where I got so much money, it's from someone else. It seems that Daoist Wang Yi won't show up again this time. Yunshu looked around, but he didn't find Wang Yi. But this is also normal. The Wang in the original book is also, because he has calculated the ending, and he is worried that the old master will play against Zhuge King. In order to protect the reputation of the old master, he came to help solve Zhuge King and pave the way for Zhang Chulan Road. But now, with Yunshu's help and special training, Zhang Chulan would have no problem beating Zhang Linggaiu, not to mention Zhuge King. And with the help of Yunshu, who didn't want to be a master, Zhang Chulan would definitely be the first. So with Wang Yi's personality that loves purity, it's normal that he won't show up. Oh, it's a pity. If I knew it, I wouldn't have helped you. Yunshu sighed and said to Zhang Chulan. He expressed that it was a pity that he couldn't hear the phrase Wudang King also pays homage to the old celestial master. However, if you want to count on me, are you seriously injured now? Yunshu thought to himself. Wang also divination about Luo and Dagio and Zhang Chulan caused him to be seriously injured and almost died. Shu, a outsider person. I'm afraid it's not just as simple as being injured. Looks like the Luo and Dagio is over, and I have to visit Daoist Wang Yi. Yunshu narrowed his eyes and thought to himself. No matter how you say it, the system on Yunshu is beyond the 3 realms. The system will definitely fight back in order to protect Yunshu's identity, and the king who forcibly divination Yunshu's identity will definitely not feel good. Originally, Wang was also chased by Feng Bao for at most one night in the incident of Luo and Dagio, but now he was counterattacked by Yunshu's system and suffered unpredictable damage. Yunshu had to visit him no matter what. Daoist Master Yunshu admired him very much. What's the matter? Zhang Chulan heard Yunshu's constant sighing behind him, slowed down and came to Yunshu's side and asked suspiciously. It's nothing, it's just because of you that this Luo and Dagio has lost a lot of fun. But that's all. Yunshu won't regret it. Doing nothing, that's not Yunshu's character. Fun. Hey, I have worked hard under your hands for this game for a whole month. Zhang Chulan said unhappily. Okay, let's go. Yunshu patted Zhang Chulan on the back point, but even if the king is missing, there are still Zhuge King and Zhang Linggaiu. Although these two are not as good as the king, they can still make Yunshu happy for a while. Don't you want to see the old heavenly master? Here, that's it. Yunshu, who was admiring the scenery of Langhu Mountain, suddenly saw the old heavenly master and others who were taking pictures not far in front. That's the old heavenly master? Really? Zhang Chulan thought that only by winning the Luo and Dagio championship could he have the opportunity to meet the old heavenly master. I saw the old master. Come on. Master Shan, look this way. The words of the person carrying the camera over there dispelled Zhang Chulan's doubts. It's really an old master. Zhang Chulan ran over excitedly. I won't go. I'll go shopping again. Yunshu didn't follow. This top expert was just like that in Yunshu's perception, and his actual combat ability should be at the stage of Contrap. It is definitely impossible to beat, but if it is a competition, Yunshu can easily kill this old naughty boy in seconds. Old heavenly master. Zhang Chulan ran to the old heavenly master and said tearfully, is it Chulan? The old master asked when he saw Zhang Chulan. It's me, Master Shan. I have a lot to say to you. Zhang Chulan choked up and said, Master, your grandpa gave you both the golden light curse and the lightning method. You are not wronged by calling me master. The old heavenly master said flatly. Master. Ha ha ha, good. That's right. The one who was with you just now is. The old master looked at Yunshu who had left and asked. Yunshu, master, you should have heard of his name. Zhang Chulan said. He's the one who defeated Feng Zhenghao with a few tricks. Oh ha ha. It really is a hero born a boy. The old master looked at Yunshu's back and said with a smile. Zhang Linggaiu on the side looked at Yunshu who was slowly leaving, and a trace of solemnity flashed in his eyes. The other party couldn't be here for a visit, so he has an opponent this time. End of this chapter. Chapter 192. This. Yunshu squinted his eyes as he looked at the big red beads hanging around Feng Bao's neck. 998. Yunshu raised his eyebrows and said, No matter how much I persuade her, she won't listen and insists on buying this. Alas. Zusan sighed. Only Feng Bao couldn't tell, and everyone else knew it was a fake. Where's Chulan? Zusan pushed his eyes and found that Zhang Chulan, who was following Yunshu, was gone. He was taken away by the old heavenly master. Yunshu said lightly. What? Zusan suddenly changed into a nervous look. Don't worry, in Langhu Mountain, there is an old celestial master. No one will dare to harm him. Yunshu waved his hand and said. But Zusan didn't seem to be relieved and asked Yunshu to take them to follow Zhang Chulan. After all, the 10 guys are also here, and some of them can do anything for the 8 wonders. Okay, let's go. Yunshu said helplessly. Yunshu brought the 3 of them to the door of Zhang Chulan's room, but the people inside were the heavenly masters after all, so Zusan and Zusi were more respectful, so they didn't knock on the door, but waited for Zhang Chulan to come out at the door. As for Yunshu, he has no time to spare. He went to play in the back mountain first. Yunshu, Zhang Chulan and others finally came to Yunshu before the game started. Where have you been? I've been looking for you for a long time. Stroll around casually. This ghost place is not developed. I almost got lost. Yunshu said with a smile. Let's go. The game is about to start. Okay. Yunshu followed Zhang Chulan and the others to the place where the lottery was drawn. In fact, Yunshu met the Quanxing Zahi and the others and just discussed things with them, so it was delayed until now, and Yunshu also got rid of the unlucky Huji by the way. After all, he will conquer the whole world next time. Naturally, all genders cannot be lost. Oh, it's my turn. Yunshu stepped forward and took out a note. Bingagrat, this is too late. Yunshu said speechlessly. C character is ranked 3rd in the heavenly stems, which means that Yunshu will not get his turn until the 3rd game. However, Yunshu remembered that Zuj King and Wang seemed to be in the field C, but the animals were different. Maybe you will meet Zuj King's younger brother, Zuj Bei. Great, we are not together. Zhang Chulan said excitedly. As long as they don't touch each other in the first few games, they will have more chances to eliminate more outsiders. Forget it, whatever you want. Yunshu waved his hand. Anyway, it's all abuse, and it doesn't matter when it is abused. Mr. Yun, can we have a chat? Feng Xintang, who was at the side, suddenly came over and said to Yunshu. Are you that brat from the Feng family who was scared to pee by me? Yunshu glanced at Feng Xintang and said. Haha, that's right. It's me. Can you take a step to speak? Feng Xintang said solemnly. Okay, anyway, I'm late in the game. Yunshu didn't care. Please. Anyway, before the game started, Yunshu followed Feng Xintang to a deserted place. What do you want from me? Yunshu folded his arms and said calmly. It's not me looking for you, but my father looking for you. Feng Xintang said, and walked out of the alley. Feng Xinghao, what do you want from me? Yunshu was not surprised. After all, Yunshu sensed his aura before he arrived here. Mr. Yun, it's like this. I'm back. Yunshu, it's up to me this time. Watch my performance. Zhang Chulan said excitedly. 1 month of special training under Yunshu. It was really hard at the beginning. He escaped directly from Yunshu's special training, and after that, he was arrested by Yunshu again. However, after a few days of hard work, Zhang Chulan finally understood what it meant to be rewarded with hard work. After adapting to the first stage of special training, Zhang Chulan found that her strength had improved significantly. After that, it was even worse. After getting through the second stage, it was like riding a rocket. No, you should try to hide yourself as much as possible, and try not to do it if you can. Yunshu said lightly. Just kidding. If you really want to make Zhang Chulan serious, what if you don't shake billion? But Zhang Chulan was very puzzled. Obviously Yunshu had said during the training that at the beginning of the battle, he should use all his strength to frighten others. Oh, don't think about it. Remember what I said. Of course, only he knew what Yunshu was thinking. At that time, he was purely drawing a big cake for Zhang Chulan. Let him imagine the beautiful picture after his strength is improved. Otherwise, what if he doesn't want to do it? Yeah. Zhang Chulan nodded, half understood. He really didn't understand what Yunshu was thinking, but before going on stage, he still spent 300 yuan to buy a passerby's black cloak. Haha. It's a good show. After Zhang Chulan went down, Yunshu said with a smile to Feng Xingtang beside him. Feng Xingtang still didn't know what Yunshu meant. He stood beside Yunshu and could only smile awkwardly because his father's decision had inexplicably raised Yunshu's status to become his uncle. So now he looks a little embarrassed looking at Yunshu and doesn't know how to face this uncle. Mr. Yun. Feng Zhenghao looked at the expressionless Yunshu and felt a little uneasy. From the fight that day, it can be seen that Yunshu's strength is definitely far superior to his. Feng Zhenghao even feels that today's among the 10 guys, apart from Liu Xianqi, I'm afraid that no one will be Yunshu's opponent. Don't. Just call me Yunshu. I can't get used to those words. Yunshu waved his hand. Yunshu, have you met my daughter Feng Shen? Yunshu, do you want to marry your daughter to someone else if you disagree? No, I already have a girlfriend, so you're exempt from this. Yunshu said lightly. If there's nothing else, I'll leave first. Wait. Feng Zhenghao called to stop Yunshu. Master Yun. To be honest, I would like to ask you to take the little girl as an apprentice. Feng Zhenghao saw that it would not work to send the girl away, so he directly asked Yunshu to accept him as an apprentice, hoping that Yunshu and Feng Xian would have a long-term relationship, and then accepted him this baby girl. How can I say that Feng Xian is also a big beauty, judging by the young appearance of Luck? I don't think she is too old. If she stays with Feng Xian all day, she will definitely be unable to hold it, and then hehehe. Not interested. Yunshu said lightly. Teaching Zhang Chulan has already used up his patience, so teach him again. There is no time to play games. I didn't ask you to accept my apprentice for free. If you are willing to accept my daughter as an apprentice, I can pass on the unique skill of the Feng family, dueling dispatch, to the master. He still gritted his teeth and figured it out. Sending generals from dueling? Interesting. Yunshu squinted his eyes. Originally he only thought about the 2 8 wonders and left, but now that someone is begging to give him the 8 wonders, then I will be disrespectful. I will go to your Xiangxiahu after the Luotian Daijio is over. Yunshu said and left. Only Feng Xingtang and his father were left wondering what they were talking about. End of this chapter. Chapter 193 Don 039 T-Shake Billion. It's the sky that I want to overthrow. Yunshu on the stage couldn't hold back when he heard Zhang Chulan's words and laughed while covering his mouth. What are you laughing at? Feng Xingtang asked suspiciously. Keep reading and you'll understand. Yunshu calmed down his excitement and said lightly. Hey, referee. If I slap him now, it's not a foul. The battle where the 3 of them wanted to challenge the inheritor of the key body source was over, leaving only one person covered in scars. At the beginning, Zhang Chulan asked the opponent to sit down and adjust his breath, but the opponent's ki just started to run, and Zhang Chulan had shameless to directly press the person who is recuperating his body to the ground and explode the hammer. I finally understand the meaning of your words. Feng Xingtang looked at Zhang Chulan who was spurned by others below, as if there were countless muddy horses galloping past in his heart. This is too shameless. Feng Xingtang said speechlessly before Zhang Chulan came up. Ha ha ha. Yunshu was finally able to stop holding back. What are you laughing at? Zhang Chulan said speechlessly after returning to the stage. It was Yunshu who told him not to reveal his strength. Now that he used his tactics, he started laughing at him. It's nothing. You are excellent. Yunshu gave him a thumbs up. Well, it's almost time for me. I'll go there first. Yunshu greeted them. Wait for us. What? Are you going to watch the battle? Yunshu said in surprise. Of course we are going to watch the match of you, a master, and my father expects you to accept me as an apprentice by the way. Feng Xingtang said with a smile. I have to say that this guy is worthy of being the young master of the Xiangxia group, and he has a good grasp of how to behave in the world, and he can talk to anyone. Of course, it's okay to be like Wangyoucao, that person is an idiot after all. My opponents. Lianadong Savage Jinmeng, Zhujbei and this man I don't know. I'll go. I actually directly replaced Wang Yi. Yunshu felt a little surprised that these people were all Wang Yi opponents in the first match. That's good. I can fight Zhuge King next. Yunshu sighed in his heart and then walked into the arena. Game start. Little boy, your opponent is me. Seeing Jinmeng trying to scare Zujbei, the man Yunshu didn't know approached Yunshu, who was watching the play. "What did you call me?" Yunshu felt a little funny. He was so handsome. Who did he offend? "What? Little boy, you're not happy to call you that?" This man was still testing Yunshu's bottom line. Alas, stupidity happens every year. Offending an enemy you don't know the depth of is good for yourself. If it weren't for the fact that you can't kill people in the game, you would have no scum left. Yunshu said speechlessly. Haha, anyone can say big words if you have the ability. Before he finished speaking, Yunshu had already appeared behind him. Hey. The man's eyes desperately wanted to look behind him, but his body was out of control, and he couldn't even make a sound. PFFT. Yunshu directly cut off all the meridians on his limbs in an instant with a chakra scalpel, the kind of shattered cuts, and even shattered his throat bone. The wounds were completely invisible from the outside. The people watching the battle on the stage only seeing Yunshu appearing behind him, he collapsed powerlessly. Amazing. It won't be another dark horse. Jia Zhengliang, who used the 12-handled immortal slaying flying knife before, made everyone's eyes shine. Now there is a cloud tree, killing the opponent in an instant. Although the opponent's strength is indeed weak, but the speed is so fast that the audience can't see clearly. Indirect proof of his strength. Jinmeng. Yunshu narrowed his eyes. This guy has such a little bit of strength, otherwise it wouldn't be worth Zhuge King's words. Boy, you were very fast just now. I think my speed is not as fast as yours, but a battle cannot be won by speed alone. Jinmeng looked at Yunshu and said cautiously. That is to say, but fast speed has an inherent advantage, so the probability of him wanting to defeat Yunshu is not very high. Certainly, this is just Jinmeng's own thoughts. It is simply impossible to really defeat Yunshu. Indeed, then I'll try your strength. Yunshu's right arm exuded a faint golden light. Just you half-baked golden bell jar wanting to fight me? I advise you to use the speed just now. Seeing the faint golden light on Yunshu's right arm, Jinmeng thought it was because Yunshu golden bell jar couldn't get home from his cultivation. It's okay, if I can't win this blow, I will take the initiative to admit defeat. Yunshu said with a smile, and then walked towards Jinmeng. Damn it. What's the origin of this guy? Why do I feel a pressure coming from him? Jinmeng thought to himself as he watched Yunshu slowly walking towards him, with cold sweat on his forehead dripping. Yunshu, what happened? It was rumored in the inhuman world a month ago that the person who defeated Feng Zhenghao, one of the 10 guys, in 3 minutes is called Yunshu. I admit defeat. Just as Yunshu's fist was about to hit Jinmeng, he suddenly remembered Yunshu's identity and quickly surrendered. Cloud Tree wins. What are you doing? It can't be another billion who doesn't shake. Damn it. I think there was something wrong with the previous wave of battles. How could the person fall down without seeing the move clearly? It turned out to be acting again. It's not over yet. Oh, I haven't hit you yet. Why did you surrender? Yunshu said suspiciously. You aren't even a match for 10 guys. Are you making fun of me? Jinmeng said tremblingly. Oh, you saw it. Yunshu pretended to cover his mouth and whispered. Jinmeng didn't dare to attack Yunshu, so he could only smile wryly from the side. Forget it, boring. Yunshu glanced at Zujbei, who had woken up in a daze and wanted to meet Wu Hao Kiman here, but he didn't expect this little guy to be scared by Jinmeng just like the original book. Then it was killed in one hit. After all, it is also from the Marquis Wu faction. So timid. Wow. Brother Yun, what happened to the first person? I didn't see you make a move at all. Zhang Chulan asked excitedly when Yunshu arrived at the venue. It's nothing. It cut off the meridians of his limbs and shattered his throat. Yunshu said lightly. Feng Xintang and Zhang Chulan on the side were stunned when they heard it. Hit so ruthlessly? That person won't have any grudges against you, Brother Yun. The two of them wondered. Yunshu didn't look like the kind of ruthless person who would hit someone so ruthlessly. Spraying dung all over his mouth. If he was off the court, he would have no scum left. Yunshu said lightly. Take it as a lesson for him. Let him know how to keep his mouth shut. This lesson. The two of them scratched their heads. I'm afraid that person will never be able to step into the alien world again in this life. End of this chapter. Chapter 194 System Update. Everyone has worked hard, then, The first round of competition is over, and there are a total of 32 winners. The next competition will be one-on-one. The names on the slips you draw from the lottery box will be your opponents. The old master came out and presided over it. The draw for advanced players begins. Brother Yun, who did you draw? Zhang Chulan asked nervously. He was afraid of confronting Yunshu, because Yunshu would abstain early, and then he would face more strong men next up. Don't worry, it's not you. Yunshu flipped over the note, and it was an iron monkey. It seemed that Yunshu had really embarked on Wang Yi's path. Great. Okay, that's it for today. I'll take everyone to a place to rest. Two Taoist priests stepped forward and said, "Wait, Brother Yun, I have something to leave." When the three of them went to the dormitory in parallel, Zhang Chulan left suddenly. It seemed that he was going to ask the two Taoist priests why Zhang Lingai was upset with him. Yunshu sighed. Why bother? He will be hit even more if he knows the truth. What's wrong, Brother Yun? Feng Xingtang asked suspiciously when he saw Yunshu, who was sighing. It's okay, I'll rest early today. Yunshu finished speaking and was about to go to the dormitory. Wait, Brother Yun, my father asked me to take you to rest somewhere else. Feng Xingtang stopped Yunshu and said, okay. Yunshu knew what Feng Zhenghao was thinking, so he left with Feng Xingtang. The next day, waking up in the morning, Yunshu looked at Feng Xian, who was holding the wash basin next to his bed, and said speechlessly, your father asked me to take you as a disciple, not as a slave. You don't have to do that. I know, but this is what the father ordered. Okay, let's go. I will accept you as an apprentice, but that will be after Luoshi and Aguo. You don't have to be so polite during this period. After all, we haven't become a master and apprentice yet. But if the competition happens to meet I will also give you some pointers. Yunshu was very annoying, and Feng Xian was not an ugly monster, and Yunshu couldn't stand a beautiful woman clinging to him. After Feng Xian left, Yunshu tidied himself up and started walking towards the arena. Hey, has the game started yet? It seems that I came at the right time. Yunshu heard the referee calling his name just as he came here. Here we come. Yunshu excitedly ran into the arena. Cloud Tree vs. Iron Monkey. The match begins. Yunshu, are you the guy who made Jinmeng, a savage from Lianadang, surrender without a fight? Iron Horse seemed to have heard the news that Yunshu had defeated Jinmeng yesterday. It's not my fault, he surrendered himself, and I didn't force him. Yunshu waved his hand quickly and said, HMPH. I don't know what tricks you used to force Jinmeng to admit defeat. Any tricks will not work with me. You will not have such good luck today. The Iron Monkey rushed up to hit the Cloud Tree. This fraudulent guy. King, do you know this guy named Yunshu? Zhujbei on the stage looked at his brother suspiciously. Before the game started, his brother Zhuge King brought him here after seeing Yunshu's name on the big screen to wait for the game to start. Do you still remember the rumor a month ago? Zhuge King stared at Yunshu with squinted eyes and said slowly, what rumor? Zhujbei asked suspiciously. A young man defeated Feng Zhenghao, one of the 10 guys, because it was just a rumor, and there was no evidence, such as a video or Feng Zhenghao, one of the 10 guys, came out to prove it, so many people just took it as a joke. Yes. Zhuge King squinted at the figure of Yunshu in the field and said, King, you don't really think that the following guy can defeat 10 guys? He looks very ordinary. Zhujbei was still too innocent and naive. I also thought so at first, but yesterday I met him by chance. After Zhuge King finished speaking, a drop of cold sweat rolled down his face unconsciously. Although nothing can be seen from the outside, only those who have really been close to him can feel that unparalleled power. This guy, his real strength is definitely above you and me, and I don't know how many times higher. Zhuge King said slowly. What? It's really so fierce. King, you are not kidding me. Zhujbei said speechlessly when he saw Yunshu, who was punched by the Iron Monkey below. Zhuge King looked at Yunshu, who had been beaten flying by the Iron Monkey, with a dazed expression. He just slapped himself in the face after bragging about how powerful he was. Today, you don't have such good luck. Ding. The system is about to be updated, and the deadline is 72 hours. Boom. Exclamation mark. Surprised by the system's notification sound, Yunshu directly landed Iron Monkey's punch. Sure enough, there is a shady scene. I heard that this guy was so fast yesterday that he instantly killed an opponent with one blow, but today he couldn't even react to the Iron Monkey's attack. It seems that they really hit the spot. Zhujbei said angrily that he was one of Yunshu's 3 opponents yesterday. If he hadn't been frightened by Jinmeng, he should have won yesterday. No. Zhujking narrowed his eyes. He could see what happened just now. What's wrong? Zhujbei wondered. At the moment before the Iron Monkey's attack came, it seemed that something interrupted his consciousness, like the feeling of being suddenly frightened. Zhujking witnessed the cloud tree before the Iron Monkey's attack hit it. The look of surprise flashed across his face. The system has been updated again. Yunshu was a little excited. The last update allowed him to freely travel through the world without worrying about time. So what kind of surprise will this time bring him? Hey, kid, are you alright? Iron Monkey asked worriedly when he saw that Yunshu was directly punched by him without any defense. Luoshai and Agio will be punished for murdering. Only then did Yunshu realize that he seemed to be still in the game. Sorry, I was thinking about something just now. Yunshu got up, scratched his head and said awkwardly, "What? Are you underestimating me?" Hearing that Yunshu was thinking about something, Iron Monkey was not happy now. The competition has already started, and you are still thinking about something, so you don't take me seriously. No, there was really something important just now. Well, in order to make up for your mental loss, I decided to use the power that can defeat you. Yunshu said to Iron Monkey seriously. Huh, that's good. Come on. Let me see your true skills. Iron Monkey said, looking at Yunshu, with the corners of his mouth raised. Yaxi. Then, here I come. Mighty god of fire. Gather your burning flames in my hand and attack the enemy. Fireball. Audience. Referee. Zhujking. End of this chapter. Chapter 195. Soul out of body. I didn't expect this guy to be a second-degree disease. Sure enough, am I thinking too much? Zhujking on the stage said speechlessly after seeing Yunshu's second-degree explosive line. However, this fireball technique is really powerful, and it can defeat this Iron Monkey with one blow. Seeing the Iron Monkey that had been beaten into coal, Zhujking thought to himself, it's over. Yunshu walked up to the stands triumphantly, saying that it was a fireball technique, but this was no ordinary fireball, with a trace of strange fire mixed into it, otherwise ordinary flames would not have killed Iron Monkey so quickly. By the way, it seems that someone will target Feng Bao today. I have to take care of it. Yunshu had only read the chapter of Luoshai and Agio before traveling, and he hadn't read the subsequent episodes, so he didn't know exactly what the Yaoxing Club was. He has any plans for Feng Bao, but since he is there, he will definitely not let Feng Bao be in danger. After all, Feng Bao is also his friend. Huh. Where's Zhangchulan? Yunshu came to Feng Bao and found that Zusan and Zusi's brothers and Zhangchulan were gone. By the way, Zhangchulan is gone. Feng Bao, who was about to buy an 8,000 yuan ring, immediately remembered after hearing Yunshu's words that Zhangchulan hadn't seen him since the game. Benefactor, do you want 8 cents for this black bone ring finger? The old monk saw a normal person coming, and the ring suddenly became cents. Yunshu. Keeping up with Feng Bao, Yunshu knew that Zhangchulan would be taken away by Wangyoucao and Lucy among the 10 guys, so he took Feng Bao and rushed to Zhangchulan's location. Zhangchulan, where are you? Feng Bao kept calling Zhangchulan's name. Stop screaming. He's right in front. Yunshu said speechlessly. Feng Bao was really fooled by Zhang Huai. Unfortunately she was immortal. Oh. Knowing Zhangchulan's location, Feng Bao immediately became quiet. Yunshu, on the other hand, guarded the door with Feng Bao. After Zhangchulan was tested by the human lie detector, Wangyoucao and Lucy would naturally let him back, so Yunshu didn't need to bring Feng Bao in to attract attention really. After a while, Zhangchulan walked out of the room. Brother Yun, Sister Bao, why did you appear here? Zhangchulan asked suspiciously. He only called Zusi, but never notified Yunshu and Feng Bao, so he was a little confused now. Let's go first. It's best not to let those two old guys meet Bao Bao. Yunshu said while carrying Bao Bao Feng. There's no way this guy wants to run into the room as soon as he lets go, and he has to see Zhang Chulin. Yunshu is also doing it for her own good. Zhang Chulin also knew that Feng Bao Bao's identity was more sensitive, so she left with Yunshu without saying a word. Zhuge King's battle. Zhang Chulin, do you want to go and see it? After leaving the two old Yinbis, Yunshu brought Zhang Chulin to the arena again. Zhuge King? Zhang Chulin wondered. He had only heard of this name after he came to Langhu Mountain, but he had never seen this man in battle. Go and have a look, Zhang Chulin said with a sullen face. The person even Yunshu recommended him to see must be of extraordinary strength. In fact, Yunshu really didn't know Zhuge King's true strength. After all, in the original book, this guy gave up after being beaten by Wang Yi's Feng Hao Keemaning Keeman and did not display a more powerful ability. After the competition with the little Vulcan, he thought to himself that next time he would directly flood the little Vulcan with water. That is to say, his strange spells were not limited to those used in the competition, and Zhuge King had been doing it for so many years. The only person who has mastered all Wu Hao Keeman, so his real strength may not be much weaker than the current Zhang Chulin. Keeman Warlock is really a difficult guy. These people can avoid evil and seek good fortune, and they can even count divination. If they have to face a warlock of the same level, I'm afraid that even Yunshu will have a headache. Zhuge King vs Little Vulcan. Zhuge King wins. Fuck. How can this be played? Zhang Chulin was stunned after seeing the arena blown up by Zhuge King's Kai Lion, and then said in a daze, "What are you afraid of? With the skills I taught you, you are afraid that you won't be able to beat Zhuge King," Yunshu said dissatisfied. However, his moves seemed to be very destructive. Zhang Chulin stood there in a daze and said, "Unlucky. I gave you special training for nothing," Yunshu said speechlessly after seeing Zhang Chulin's cowardly look. "Don't worry, I have it back." Feng Bao Bao walked over with a shovel at this time. She was about to bury someone. "Sister Baoa, put it down," Zhang Chulin said in shock after seeing the shovel in Feng Bao Bao's hand. "There are so many reporters here, and Zhuge King himself is also here. If he really wants to make a move, then can he continue this competition? Participation is a problem. Sister Baoa, listen to me. No matter if he is Zhuge King or Leng Tao King, I will show you." Zhang Chulin persuaded Feng Bao Bao helplessly. "Zhuge King, a few contestants who have advanced in this competition. Is it convenient for us to accept an interview from our Shining Star Club?" A man in black who looks like Wangyoucao came over and said, "It's not convenient, baby. Let's go to the next game." Yunshu left the place carrying Feng Bao Bao. This. The men in black looked at Yunshu and Feng Bao Bao's figures and fell into deep thought. What's going on? Zhang Chulin and Zusan asked after following up with Yunshu. "There is a problem with the Yaoxing Club. Please pay attention next time. Don't leave her alone. One of you must always be by her side," Yunshu said lightly. "Shining Star Club. Why are these guys staring at the baby?" Zusan said after a moment of silence. "I don't know. They just wanted to distract your attention and then set up Bao Bao's words," Yunshu said lightly. "Although the matter has not happened yet, anyone who has read the original book knows that the unshaven middle-aged man is sure of Feng Bao Bao have a thought. It seems that we have to pay attention. It was a mistake to bring the baby out this time." Zusan already regretted that he shouldn't have brought Feng Bao Bao to the Seluosha and Ajuo. After all, most of the aliens in the country are gathered here, and some innate aliens must have some special ability to detect Feng Bao Bao's special situation. "Zhang Chulin, look at the baby next. I want to discuss this matter with Zusi." "No problem. Sister Bao will leave it to me. The soul is out of the body. It's interesting." Coming to the stand, where Zio and the Quan Sin Taoists were fighting, Yunshu suddenly had a wonderful idea in his heart after seeing the kung fu of the Yang God. End of this chapter. Chapter 196. It stands to reason that my own spiritual power should be very strong, but why don't I feel this way? Yunshu wondered after hearing Zusi's words beside him. He said that Yangshan is not a trick, but a manifestation of the strength of the soul to a certain level. For ordinary people, without special cultivation methods, the soul is very difficult to exercise, but the Douluo world, where Yunshu is located, will with the improvement of the soul power level, the strength of the whole person will increase, and the spiritual power is no exception. It stands to reason that the spiritual power is the external expression of the soul. His spiritual power is so strong, but he cannot perform the soul out of his body. Could it be because of the physical body limit? Or that his soul strength has not yet reached the level of the true little Taoist below? How can it be cultivated? Yunshu thought to himself, if he could get out of his body, there would be many things he could do. Forget it, let's go to the Quansan school sometime. Because Uji was killed by Yunshu very early, so this time he did not startle the snake. So Lulinglang did not contact everyone to discuss countermeasures with the old master, but Zhang Chulan was personally taken away by the old master. Well, as for Yunshu, Feng Bao and others, they are still watching the game. Haha. I'm looking forward to today's bonfire party. Yunshu narrowed his eyes and followed Lulinglang and the others to the gathering place. Expect. Lulinglang asked suspiciously. She seemed to have heard Yunshu say something just now. Zhang Chulan was invited by the old celestial master to talk for a while and then came back. Then Lulinglang brought some people to ask to observe and study Zhang Chulan's body, but Zhang Chulan sternly refused, and then they changed their tactics. Being able to get Zhang Chulan drunk, and then, he, brother Yun, come and drink with us. Zhang Chulan seemed to have drunk too much and shouted to Yunshu while sitting in the crowd. Yunshu, why don't you have a drink? Yunshu didn't participate in their party, but sat with Zusan and Zusi. Yunshu didn't want to participate in this kind of activity, but only followed Zhang Chulan because he wanted to take pictures of Zhang Chulan's feet tonight. I don't know how to drink. Yunshu said lightly. Point seriously, he has never tasted a single drop of wine in his 2 lifetimes combined. Then you. Zusan looked at the thermos in Yunshu's hand and said doubtfully, ice coke. Yunshu said lightly. He is waiting for Zhang Chulan to get drunk, and then the filming can start. You want to see my Shaogongsha? Then I will let you open your eyes today. Let me see all of you. Zhang Chulan was obviously on top, and he had already taken off himself with a flushed face trousers, and he didn't wear anything underneath. Quick. Yunshu took out the camera and began to record this beautiful life. Unfortunately, it seems a little blurry. Can't you see clearly? Let me mobilize the true key. It will be clear naturally. Golden light curse. Ha. The next day. Fatty. I'm going to kill you. Zhang Chulan immediately chased him after hearing that Hidden Dragon recorded his scene. The little brother Yunshu over there is also videotaped. Why don't you chase him? Hidden Dragon said with a smile. Yunshu, that's my brother. It's okay if I take off my clothes and show him. Get off me, you fat man. Zhang Chulan. You'd better go to the gate quickly. The match list for the next game is out. Hidden Dragon, who was chased by Zhang Chulan to the tree, frowned because he looked into the distance and found today's match list has come out. The match list is out? Several people were surprised and then went to the competition venue together. Master Shayan is excellent. Yunshu smiled slightly after seeing the battle table. Zhang Chulan played against Tang Wenlang. Originally, Zhuge King played against Wang Yi after them, but now it was Zhang Lingai who played against Lulinglang. Yunshu was still playing against Zhuge King instead of Wang Yi, but they had switched venues with Zhang Lingai. Luo Sha and Agio did not have only one venue, but multiple venues to compete together. Originally, Yunshu and Zhang Chulan played in the same venue, but now they ran to another venue. Seconds of arrangement. Yunshu thought to himself, although the match list was decided by the lottery, but Yunshu felt that the old master must have done something. In this way, until Yunshu faced Zhang Chulan, all opponents were dispensable. And Zhang Chulan can also have a good fight with Zhang Lingai in the quarterfinals. After that, the winner's opponent must be Feng Bao, and on Yunshu's side, the final opponent should be Wang Bing. As a result, in the final semi-finals, Zhang Chulan played against Feng Bao and Yunshu played against Wang Bing. Except for a brain-dead king, the rest were all his own. Feng Xingtong, let's talk. Feng Xintang must be facing Wang Bing in the quarter-final match, where Yunshu is located, so Yunshu is going to persuade him to surrender directly. After all, it is better than being beaten like that by that idiot. If the opponent is Wang Bing, you just abstain. Yunshu walked in front and said lightly, "Ah, why?" Feng Xintang asked suspiciously. "He can also arrest spirits and dispatch generals, and he is more proficient than you." Yunshu said surprisingly. "What? How is it possible? Isn't dueling dispatching generals the 8 miraculous skills that only my Feng family knows?" Feng Xingtang was shocked. "I don't blame you, your father doesn't know. If you want to keep the spirit in your hand, I advise you to abstain, otherwise you will not only be seriously injured, but even the most important spirit will be lost. This little brother is now his junior. Although he can't take care of him in the game, it is still possible to avoid such bad luck for him. I'd better discuss it with my father." Feng Xintang was already anxious to tell his father about it. Go. It's best not to come back," Yunshu said with a smile. "Anyway, sooner or later, I will meet the king. If Feng Xintang is not willing to abstain, then I will avenge him at that time." Yunshu. Against Zhuge King. Please enter the contestant whose name is called. Please enter the contestant whose name is called. So fast. Feng Bao's match is over? Yunshu said in surprise. He just arrived at the arena. "Here we come." Yunshu cheerfully ran into the arena. "Oh. The Heavenly Master is here too. It looks like I'm having a lot of fun." Yunshu looked at Zhuge in front of him and said, "Kinking. Mr. Yunshu, please advise." Zhuge King looked at Yunshu and said lightly, "Okay, let me experience the Keeman of your Wuhao sect." End of this chapter. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 197, The Battle with Too Much Difference in Strength. Let me experience the strange sect of your Marquis Wu sect. Yunshu shook his hand, but did not seal it with one hand. Fire Dragon. Yunshu didn't dare to directly call out the technique of fire escape. This shit, maybe someone present, has watched Naruto's anime. Of course, this one hand seal is purely for pretense. What kind of spell is this? Zhuge King said in surprise as he saw the huge fire dragon attacking him. Kun, Tahesh. Bang! Exclamation mark. Zhuge King quickly blocked the fire dragon's impact with stones, but the two cart was still blown up by the fire dragon. Can use such a powerful spell. Is it really the so-called magic? Zhuge King thought to himself. Yesterday Yunshu ended Iron Monkey's move, although what Yunshu said was magic chant. As long as he was not mentally handicapped, he couldn't tell that it couldn't be magic at all. Although other countries in this world also have strange people, superpowers and the like, but in the final analysis, they are all the innate key of cultivation, and Yunshu's so-called fireball, magic and the like only exist in the film and television. Something in the works. No, it's impossible. If it's not the strange spell, then there's only the 5-element spell. Zhuge King said, frowning as he looked at Yunshu. It's very smart. Yunshu clapped his hands and said, although it is not the 5-element spell, it is evolved from foreign countries, based on the research of the 5-element spell, and Zhuge King is already very close. Okay, stop chatting. Yunshu sealed again. Water Dragon. After the fire dragon, another elemental dragon rushed towards Zhuge King, who was hiding behind the stone. Not good. Zhuge King hurriedly rolled behind the rocks on the other side. It's useless to hide. Either block it, like you did just now, or follow. Yunshu's voice came from in front of the stone. Even if the water dragon hits the stone, it will form a new water dragon again. Hearing Yunshu's words, Zhuge King's heart sank. He originally thought that he could save some strength for the next battle, but it seemed that he had to fight with all his strength now. 8 god power, 9 lands. As the only person who has mastered all Wuhao Keeman, of course Zhuge King can use all of the 8 god power of Shenbun. A black-grey force enveloped Zhuge King's body. Zhuge King crossed his hands in front of him, planning to take the attack of Yunshu's elemental dragon. Bang! It actually came next. Yunshu said in surprise. Don't underestimate the power of the water dragon bomb. The impact of the water flow is very powerful, otherwise that tsunami would not be considered a disaster. What? I've never seen such a handsome king. Husband, I want to give birth to a monkey for you. After being hit by the water dragon, Zhuge King turned into a wet and seductive appearance. No wonder it attracted the cheers of so many sluts on the stage. Yunshu shook his head speechlessly. Continue. You agreed to let me meet your Wuhao Keeman, so I can't always be the one doing it. Having said that, Yunshu didn't have much expectations. After all, the gap in strength lies here. Even if the elders of Zhuge King's family fight Yunshu, the result is the same. 4 rounds in the formation. Zhuge King began to be serious. The formation of 4 rounds in the formation can seal the lost energy in the formation. That is, the excess energy generated after the technique used by Yunshu. People who are in this formation Zhuge King can absorb these energies. It's useless. Yunshu grinned. He could easily break the formation or something. After speaking, Yunshu took out a green bamboo and cut through the entire formation at once. What? Zhuge King was shocked. His face darkened randomly. The strength Yunshu showed now reminded him of the previous rumor. Come on. Yunshu rushed towards Zhuge King holding a bamboo. Zunzi, Fengjian. Zhuge King controlled the airflow around him, waiting for Yunshu's attack. Wind pressure. This one doesn't work either. Yunshu aimed at Zhuge King's side and violently threw a wind blade. What? Zhuge King looked at Feng Ren, who was less than 1 centimeter away from his face, with a trace of cold sweat running across his face. If Yunshu's move just now aimed at his face, his head might twitch. Like the buttocks, it has become 2 petals. 8 God power. White tiger. Seeing that Yunshu was already close to his body, Zhuge King quickly activated the 8 God power. His hands were covered with a layer of white ki, and he swung his palm at Yunshu to hold the interpreter's right hand. But it was a pity, he couldn't move Yunshu. Poison dragon drill. Yunshu Khan condensed his soul power with his left hand and hit Zhuge King's abdomen. Puff. Zhuge King had no defense at all in this blow, and it was solid. Fuck. Sister Baoa, did you hear that? Brother Yun stole your skills. Zhang Chulan on the stage said speechlessly after hearing it. Alas, don't talk about anything else. The speed and strength alone are not at the same level. The old celestial master on the stage looked at the unequal battle below and sighed. Yunshu's overall strength is very strong, super strong, so Yunshu's physical fitness, agility, and reflexes are all top notch in this world point. If Shileo is the ceiling of combat power in this world, then Liao Xianxi is equivalent to standing on Mount Everest, and Yunshu is a god floating in the universe. Tell me, is the rumor about you a month ago true? Zhuge King said slowly, lowering his head, while clutching his stomach. You mean the one who defeated Feng Zhenghao? Are there any rumors about this matter? Why haven't I heard it mentioned? Yunshu asked doubtfully. It seems that it's true, so I won't be wronged if I lose to you. Zhuge King slowly raised his hand, and then conceded. Winner. Cloud Tree. Hey, brother Yun. You also secretly learned Sister Bao's Oi-18 styles. Zhang Chulan ran to Yunshu with a wretched look, and said with a smile. What is stealth? I use the regular Oi-18 forms. Yunshu said solemnly. Self-created moves generally require countless trials to succeed. After all, each move is the same as ninjutsu, and ki or chakra must have a special travel route. Feng Bao's mid-ejection is just a simple launch of a ball of energy, while Yunshu's mid-ejection is a soul power bomb drawn out by a special flow of soul power. Of course, the power is incomparable. Yunshu's genuine Oi-18 styles are full of power in every move. Okay, I'm done with today's competition. I'll leave first. Because the players who compete at the back become stronger, usually even the winner will suffer a lot of injuries after a battle. So generally one person you only need to fight once a day, and you can apply to continue fighting, unless neither side has suffered any damage and your physical strength is sufficient. The system will be updated in one day tomorrow, and I don't know what new functions will be updated this time. On the way back to the dormitory, Yunshu thought happily. Come out. Yunshu said helplessly. This could be watched by others. What did he expose? End of this chapter. Chapter 198 The Battle of Lifa. Mr. Yunshu, 10 guys are welcome. It's the same people again, the two who invited Zhang Chulan last time. What do you want from me? Yunshu raised his eyebrows, as if he hadn't exposed any powerful abilities. Well, you'll know when the master goes. The two looked at each other and said slowly, oh. Then let them come to see me. What is my identity? I still have to go with you? Yunshu said unhappily. When it comes to myself, I'm really tired of living. Bold. How dare you disrespect Shileo? The two glared at Yunshu and said, looking for death. Yunshu said coldly. Suddenly, a huge coercion pressed the two of them to the ground. Cough. One of them had already been crushed to the point of vomiting blood. Forgive me. We are just obeying orders, and we don't mean to embarrass Mr. Seeing this, another person hurriedly begged for mercy. Go back and tell those two old fellows that not everyone will be spoiled by them. Some people they can't afford to offend for the rest of their lives. Yunshu said coldly. Then he left here and returned to the dormitory that Feng Zhenghao had prepared for him. Zhang Chulan had no choice but to bow down to those people in order to find out the truth. Really wanting to make Yunshu anxious, he directly borrowed two snakemen of the Fighting King level to come out and slaughter his Wangyoucao's family. After playing games for several hours in the dormitory, he felt a little hungry, so Yunshu planned to go out to find something to eat. What are you two doing here? Yunshu ran into Zhang Chulan and Feng Xingtong as soon as he went out. Master Yun, come out to eat. Feng Xingtong knew that he was hungry when he saw Yunshu coming out at night. Yeah, I've been playing games all afternoon and I'm starving to death. Yunshu said lightly. It's just right. I'll give my sister a second treatment and then let's go have some supper together. Feng Xingtong suggested. Okay, then I'll help her heal and finish eating early. Yunshu said, rubbing his stomach. Brother Yun, are you good at medicine? Zhang Chulan said in surprise. Yes, Master Yun, will you also heal? Feng Xingtong was also surprised. It's okay, it will be so lost. Yunshu said indifferently, medical ninjutsu, he hasn't used it for a long time. Then let's go quickly and treat my sister. Feng Xingtong said and trotted towards the infirmary. Sister, look who I brought for you. Feng Xingtong opened the door and said with a smile. Master? Feng Xian said in surprise after seeing Yunshu. Master Yun. Feng Zhenghao also looked at Yunshu in surprise. What? Zhang Chulan was surprised when she heard Feng Xian address Yunshu when she came in. Brother Yun, when did you accept her as your apprentice? Zhang Chulan asked curiously. 2 more days. Yunshu said with a smile. What? Zhang Chulan said in a daze. President Feng, you're here too. Only then did Zhang Chulan see Feng Zhenghao standing aside. Chulan, you're here too. Feng Zhenghao treated Zhang Chulan very well. After all, he really admired people like Zhang Chulan. Let me treat you. Yunshu put his hand on the injured part of Feng Xian's body. Immediately, a faint white light glowed on Yunshu's hand, and Feng Xian's wound wrapped in gauze was healing rapidly. What a miraculous power. It actually directly accelerated the recovery of the wound. Feng Xingtong said in surprise. Okay, almost recovered. Yunshu said, walk to Jia Zhengliang's side, and healed him by the way, otherwise he would have to wait for Feng Xingtong to heal him. Let's go eat. Yunshu walked out of the infirmary after treating the two of them. Father and sister, why don't we go together? Feng Xingtong watched Yunshu walk out of the infirmary and said to Feng Zhenghao and Feng Xian beside him. As for Jia Zhengliang, he was unfamiliar, and he himself did not keep up with the crowd. The next day. Today's battle is interesting. Zhang Chulan played against Zhang Lingyou. The old heavenly master was also forced to choose to arrange the battle between the two in this one. After all, if the match is played according to the original ranking, Zhang Chulan will face Yunshu. However, the old master was not sure that Yunshu would definitely let Zhang Chulan win, so he could only be arranged for the next few games. This is purely because the old celestial master was thinking too much. Yunshu came to participate in the Luotian Daiguo just to join in the fun. As for Tang Xianlu, it was just incidental. After all, Yunshu can release ninjutsu without seals, and Tang Xianlu has to be drawn character can be used. It's just that Yunshu cares so much about him because he has the name of 8 miraculous skills. I don't know if the old celestial master drugged Zhang Lingyou. If he did, it would be fun. Yunshu thought cheerfully. Zhang Chulan's current strength must be able to beat Zhang Lingyou. If Zhang Lingyou is still, if he was drugged by the old heavenly master, he would have to lose miserably today. He couldn't show his full strength, and didn't need Zhang Chulan to be serious to defeat him. Xuanzang of heaven and earth, the root of all energy, cultivates 10,000 calamities, and proves my supernatural powers. Golden light curse. It seemed that Zhang Chulan didn't plan to use all his strength from the beginning, but was going to practice with Zhang Lingyou first. Zhang Chulan, you are very good. You have actually cultivated your hand and foot skills to this level in just 1 month. During the short fight with Zhang Chulan, Zhang Lingyou discovered that Zhang Chulan and Zhang Chulan were different from a month ago. Even if he is not as good as him in the golden light curse, his hand and foot skills can already be tied with him. Hey. It's all thanks to my brother Yun. If it weren't for him, I'm afraid I'd be beaten in the face of you today. Zhang Chulan said with a smile. This can only prove that your talent is very high, Zhang Chulan. I have also seen your talent. Let's get straight to the point. How much has your thunder technique improved? Black gas. HMPH. The corners of Zhang Chulan's mouth rose slightly. Yin 5 lightning method. Yang Wu thunder method. Lightning palm. X2. Even if you imitate deliberately, you can only get the shape, not the reality. Alas Lingyou, this child, still can't let go. The old master looked at Zhang Lingyou, who was shooting palm thunder with Zhang Chulan, and said with a sigh, palm lightning is Jiangong Lei's move, and using water dirty thunder to use Jiangong Lei's move will definitely reduce the power of Jiangong Lei's move. Boom! Exclamation mark. Not surprisingly, Zhang Lingyou was injured by Zhang Chulan's palm thunder. Hey, little uncle, how about my move? Zhang Chulan proudly showed off to Zhang Lingyou. Zhang Lingyou was already brooding about not being able to practice Yang Woolery because of being taken first blood, but now Zhang Chulan's words made his backlog of anger towards Zhang Chulan completely explode. Kangtan in the northern border. End of this chapter. Chapter 199. Thunder Escape Armor. Northern Kangtan. Is this the real Yin Woolery? Looking at the black key spreading from Zhang Lingyou's body, Zhang Chulan began to slowly move away from him. It wasn't until the black energy spread to the entire arena that Zhang Chulan couldn't avoid it. This black key can weaken my strength. Zhang Chulan was shocked. After being eroded by the black key, I can't be passive like this anymore. I have to try the moves that brother Yun taught me. Zhang Chulan thought to herself as she looked at Zhang Lingyou, who was rushing towards him. Thunder armor. Zhang Chulan shouted in his heart. What? Zhang Lingyou, who was walking in the water and thunder, said in shock when she saw Zhang Chulan, who was covered in lightning all over her body. He knew that sooner or later Zhang Chulan would find a way to restrain the water and dirty thunder, but he didn't expect that Zhang Chulan would have solved this problem in less than a minute after being corroded. The way to restrain the erosion of water dirty minds is to use the Yang 5 thunders for defense, because the power of the Yin 5 thunders and the Yang 5 thunders restrain each other. The erosion of the dirty thunder has become weaker. After activating the thunder and lightning armor, Zhang Chulan was surprised to find that the erosion of the dirty thunder under his feet was gradually disappearing. So it is. My Yang Woolery happens to be the nemesis of his Yin Woolery. Zhang Chulan finally understood. No wonder brother Yun was the first to teach me this thunderbolt armor. It turns out that he already knew it. Zhang Chulan looked back at the stage and found that Yunshu was watching the battle between him and Zhang Lingyou with a face full of melons. But this lightning armor consumes a lot. Let's make it quick. Zhang Chulan thought to himself. The Zunlei and Zunlei members originally developed by Zhang Chulan are to drive the palm thunder into their own body and rely on the lightning to stimulate the meridians for a short time to gain speed and strength far beyond their own. And the lightning armor that Yunshu taught him is to spread the Yang 5 thunders all over the body. This can not only increase the speed and strength for a long time, but also achieve a 360-degree defense without dead ends. But the consumption of this method is far greater than that of thunder many. But the advantage is that you don't have to keep an eye on the opponent's attack, because the lightning armor will carry out all-round defense. Moreover, if you want to spread thunder and lightning all over your body, you can't do it by relying on the practice of thunder, but also with physical exercise. This is also the result of Zhang Chulan's hard work during that month. According to Yunshu, this is a skill he learned from watching Naruto. Master Lingyu, I can maintain my current appearance for about 3 minutes. Zhang Chulan looked at Zhang Lingyu and said quietly, enough. I will definitely defeat you within 3 minutes. Zhang Lingyu said lightly. As for whether Zhang Chulan can be defeated within 3 minutes, it is unknown. I'm sorry. Zhang Chulan said with a smile. Call out. Zhang Chulan, who had turned into a thunderbolt, appeared next to Zhang Lingyu before she finished speaking and punched her. So fast. Zhang Lingyu said in shock, but still relied on her extremely fast reaction speed to block the blow. Quick. This is just the beginning. Zhang Chulan couldn't make a single blow and retreated. Next. I'm going to get serious. Zhang Chulan's eyes began to flash with lightning as he spoke. Explosive thunder palm. Zhang Chulan gathered most of the thunder and lightning in his hands and struck Zhang Lingyu's abdomen with a palm. Zhang Lingyu's body didn't even react to the full explosion of the thunder and lightning armor. This hit boom! Exclamation mark. The palm that covered most of the lightning exploded the moment it hit Zhang Lingyu, knocking them back. Damn it. Why didn't Brother Yun say that this trick would have such a powerful side effect? Zhang Lingyu was blown to the ground and didn't know if she passed out, and Zhang Chulan was crying in pain while clutching her slightly blackened palm, shouting. The shock force of the explosion almost broke his hand. Yunshu was speechless when he saw Zhang Chulan with a sore face. After he tried this trick on Zhang Chulan, he didn't have such a serious side effect. Oh, I see. It must be because your body is not strong enough. Yunshu said suddenly, mainly because Yunshu, who was experimenting with this move, was very powerful, so even if the gathered lightning exploded in his hand, it would not be able to hurt Yuntri Wit. It happened that Zhang Chulan used this move just after a glance, so he didn't test the power of this move at that time, but continued to teach him the next one. Zhang Lingyu. Zhang Lingyu. The referee on the stage was Zhang Lingyu's senior brother. At this time, he was already trembling all over and kept calling Zhang Lingyu's name, hoping that he would wake up. Because he had already made an agreement with Zhang Lingyu before the game, and he must not let this unshakable billion win. It seemed that the senior brother's voice woke him up, and Zhang Lingyu slowly got up from the ground. The referee heaved a sigh of relief when he saw Zhang Lingyu standing up. Fortunately, he didn't lose, otherwise he might really have to go down the mountain. After all, if Zhang Chulan, who doesn't shake billion, really becomes a celestial master, then, Zhang Lingyu, can you still fight? Although the referee brother hopes that Zhang Lingyu can win, his own safety is also very important. If he refuses to admit defeat and suffers some internal injuries, this is a big loss for Shianchi Mansion, so he still has to confirm whether Zhang Lingyu can still fight. I'm fine, brother. Zhang Lingyu wiped away the blood from the corner of his mouth. Fortunately, Zhang Chulan's blow just now used all his energy to defend at the last moment, but he was numb from the impact. Lying grass. It's alright. Zhang Chulan said in shock, clutching her hand. His hand was almost broken by the explosion just now. Fortunately, part of the impact of the explosion was absorbed by Zhang Lingyu's body. Zhang Chulan, you are really talented, and you developed such a powerful move within a month. Zhang Lingyu looked at Zhang Chulan quietly and said, what do you think my dirty water looks like? Zhang Lingyu asked something that made Zhang Chulan puzzled. The kidney is the place where the essence is stored. What the water dirty thunder shows is the appearance of the turbid essence transformed by the water flowing down from the kidney. The release of the essence may not be a big deal to ordinary people, but I have been a monk since I was a child. Self-proclaimed Dao heart is strong, but it easily broke Yuanyang. This dirty water and thunder is my evil fruit, but I deceive myself. I don't want to face it, and I even blame you. Zhang Lingyu finally confided to Zhang Chulan in the public, heartbroken. He admitted that he was jealous of Zhang Chulan at the bottom and exposed his past, and finally apologized to Zhang Chulan. I don't accept it, Zhang Chulan said with a displeased face. He had never touched a woman since he was a child because of Shaogangsha, let alone having a girlfriend. Now he can't even raise the flag. As a result, this Zhang Lingai was still showing off to Zhang Chulan that she was not a virgin. Isn't this sincere and angry with him? End of this chapter. Chapter 200 system update completed. What kind of apology are you doing? A full man doesn't know a hungry man, Zhang Chulan said helplessly. Zhang Lingai who didn't understand what Zhang Chulan meant. After all, he was ashamed of breaking his body, but Zhang Chulan had never felt the taste of a woman in his life. However, Zhang Chulan finally figured out why this little uncle was so hostile to him. It turned out that it was because of Yang Wuli. Since you are so heartbroken with me, let me give you a word too. Zhang Chulan looked at Zhang Lingai and smiled slightly. What? Zhang Lingai stared blankly at Zhang Chulan. You guy, be more naughty in the future, Zhang Chulan said with a smile. Oh, Zhang Chulan, you have to be more upright, Zhang Lingai also said to Zhang Chulan. Since then, the two have completely reconciled. Since even the thunderbolt palm has been taken, then, little uncle, next is my last move. Zhang Chulan concentrated all the ki in his hand. The last trick. Yunshu on the stage squinted his eyes. He taught Zhang Chulan far more than that, but some of them were too powerful and not suitable for attacking his own people. Therefore, Zhang Chulan wanted to use this trick as at the end. That's right. After all, among the remaining spells, only this one is the weakest. Yunshu thought to himself. Little uncle, after this move, neither you nor I may be able to fight anymore. Zhang Chulan looked up at Zhang Lingai, who was ready for this move. Come on, Zhang Chulan. Show me your strongest strength. Zhang Lingai carefully looked at the mind ball in Zhang Chulan's hand. Macro energy storing thunderball. Zhang Chulan threw the thunderball in his hand at Zhang Lingai. It's not fast. But what's the matter with this inexplicable pressure? Zhang Lingai looked at the thunderball flying towards her and thought to herself. Can't avoid it. That's how it is. Is it a thunder method that can be controlled remotely? After avoiding the thunderball, Zhang Lingai found that the thunderball turned with him. Looking at Zhang Chulan's constantly turning fingers, Zhang Lingai understood that this thunderball can controlled by Zhang Chulan. Zhang Lingai found that she couldn't get rid of the thunderball and chose the same tactic as in the original book, leading the thunderball in front of Zhang Chulan and letting him hit her. Zhang Lingai threw out a large puddle of water and dirty thunder, covering Zhang Chulan's sight, and then ran towards Zhang Chulan. But it's a pity that this thunderball, like the Xiaobai series, can lock the target by itself. Moreover, after hitting, not only will there be damage caused by Lei Fa, but also detonate. Zhang Chulan looked at the thunderball that was chasing Zhang Lingai with a smile on his lips. What? Zhang Lingai's eyes widened when she saw the suddenly inflated thunderball boom! Exclamation mark. Win. Yunshu suddenly said in the stands. What? I won. Zusan and Zusi said in surprise. Macro energy detonation is the most powerful single body move in the spell taught by Yunshu to Zhang Chulan. The power of this move is no less than that of a special rocket, and it can easily blow up a room of more than 20 square meters house. Zhang Chulan almost set the forest on fire when Zhang Chulan used this trick back then, but Yunshu put it out with a flood of water. Otherwise Zhang Chulan would have gone in before Luoshai and Agio and set fire to the forest. At least he would have to sit on it years to come out. After the game Zhang Chulan took Zhang Lingai to meet the old master. It's up to me. Yunshu was only playing against a passerby in today's game, so after playing for 1 minute, Yunshu came back again. So fast? Zusan was taken aback for a moment. You still expect me to fight like Zhang Chulan and Zhang Lingai? Yunshu said speechlessly. In this world, no one is qualified to make him use his full strength. I'm going to see the battle of the Feng family. What are you going to do? Yunshu wanted to see Feng Xingtong. After all, this guy was going to be abused against the king of battle. Yunshu saw if he could help him to suffer less. Let's wait for Zhang Chulan. Zusan took Feng Bao to the residence of the old master. Ding. The system update is complete. Oh. The update is over. Didn't it say it will take 3 days? Yunshu said in surprise. Advance update complete. Yeah, let me see what good things have been updated this time. Yunshu said excitedly. The last system update gave Yunshu a big surprise, allowing him to keep all the worlds he entered later, and also slow down the passage of time in those worlds, almost no different from pausing. The content of the update is as follows. In the future, when entering a different world, the system will randomly release tasks from time to time, and you can get rewards when you complete the tasks. So stupid. Yunshu's eyes widened. He complained a long time ago that there was no reward for defeating opponents in a different world. A mission too. Then, is there any task for me to do now? Yunshu asked expectantly. No. TCH. I thought you'd become more humane after the update. Yunshu curled his lips and said, I thought there would be something good after the system update was completed, but it turned out to be the same as before. Yunshu put his troubles behind him and came to the arena between Feng Xingtang and Wangbing. Has the fight started yet? Yunshu thought silently as he looked at Feng Xingtang, who was simply being beaten. I told you not to listen to me. Yunshu saw that Feng Xingtang, who was being beaten by Wangbing, did not go down to stop him. Since he had been warned, he had to be prepared to be severely beaten if he did not choose to abstain. This is his own choice, and he has to endure it. It's almost. Yunshu thought to himself as he looked at Feng Xingtang, who had been hammered by Wangbing, who had vented more air and breathed less, and prepared to go down to save people at random. Snapped. Wangbing's fist was pinched by Yunshu, and he said to the referee on the stage, he has no ability to resist, let's end it. Wangbing fights Feng Xingtang. Wangbing wins. Who are you? Dare to meddle in Lao Tzu's affairs? Wang didn't seem to hear the referee's announcement, but roared at Yunshu like a demon. Snapped! Exclamation mark. Hey, you still want to fight with me? Your good for nothing grandpa doesn't dare to provoke me. What are you? Yunshu blocked Wangbing's fist and the corners of his mouth slightly raised. He didn't intend to make a move at first, but the little brother gave Yunshu a chance himself. Click. Ah. Wangbing let out a scream, and the fist pinched by Yunshu had now turned 360 degrees and returned to its original position. Wangbing's entire arm was twisted by Yunshu. Hey, referee. The audience saw it clearly. He shot at me first, so it's not too much for me to counterattack. Yunshu said to the referee beside him. End of this chapter. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.